Hey, this is Ross Payton, role-playing public radio. We're playing Masks of Nyarlathotep, session Kenya, chapter 1, part 1 of the Kenya chapter, I should say. So, we've had a bit of a break because of the holidays, and but we finished the London chapter with gloriously, yes, you took out Gavigan, and you left under the cover of night before the authorities caught up with you, because they have some questions for you. So, getting back will be a problem.
It's the 20s, we can run like hell.
Yeah, they don't have Panopticon is still decades away, so you as long as you're clever. Yep. But anyways, so you're on your way to Mombasa because you have that is the closest port city. Yes, I keep thinking about that. Like, I listened to the Inception soundtrack a lot, and there's a track called Mombasa, which is the chase one because there's a whole scene. Anyway,
reference was Lion King.
Yeah. That's another one, yeah. But anyways, you're trying to go to Nairobi because you have some clues. The most prominent of which, I will refresh your memories, are the Nairobi notes of Jackson Elias. You got these from Jonah Kensington back in New York, but that's been a while, so let me refresh your memory. There are 8 sets of notes, and set 1 talks about Elias's visits to offices, officials, and tribes searching for material concerning cults and cult rituals. Elias does discount the official version of the Carlyle massacre in these notes. Does not elaborate much on that, though. Set 2 describes his trip to the massacre site. He notes particularly that the earth there is completely barren, and that all the tribes of the region avoid the place, saying it is cursed by the god of the black winds, whose home is the mountaintop. Set 3 is an interview with John Stone Kenyatta, who says that the Carlyle murders may have been formed by the cult of the Bloody Tongue. He says that the cult is based in the mountain of the Black Wind, and that the High Priestess is a part of the mountain itself, or there's some ambiguity there.
She is not to be described.
Some sort of spiritual connection to it, or something like that. Elias is skeptical, but Kenyatta insists upon the point. In quotes, Elias records the regional tribes fear and hate the Bloody Tongue, that tribal magic is of no protection against the cult, and the cult's god is not of Africa, but something older and darker. Set 4 follows up on the Kenyatta interview. Elias confirms several good sources that the Bloody Tongue exists, although he finds no first-hand evidence of it. Tales include children stolen for sacrifice. Creatures with great wings are said to come down from the mountain of the Black Winds to carry off people. The cult worships a god unknown to folklorists, one fitting no traditional African pattern. Elias in particular cites Sam Mariga. M-A-R-I-G-A. Mariga, yeah, sorry.
Spanish. Ish.
Yes.
Romance language-ish.
Comma RR-STA. The meaning of that, you do not immediately know.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Sam, after his name is comma RR-STA. The meaning of which you can infer on your own.
Roll a real life history check, Sean?
RR-STA. Yeah.
The problem is I'm visual, so sorry.
What if I wrote it down right here?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Railroad?
Oh, no. That's just a... Don't even worry about that. That's just a local... It's like a Sir thing.
Okay.
In Swahili dialects, don't worry about it.
All right.
Don't even bother saying it every single time.
I was only mentioning that one time.
He wasn't going to.
Yeah, that was the clue.
RR-STA.
Set 5 is a single sheet reminding Elias that the Cairo-based portion of the Carlyle itinerary must be examined carefully. He believes that the reason which prompted Carlyle's Kenyan side trip is on the Nile. Set 6 is a long interview with Lieutenant Mark Selkirk, leader of the men who actually found the remains of the Carlyle Expedition and a Kenya hand since the Great War and the fight against the resourceful von Lettow. Yeah.
Von Lettow Vorbeck, maybe?
That's all it says in the notes.
Because Selkirk... Never mind.
Yeah.
World War I.
Yeah.
Letting it go.
Importantly...
Lettow Vorbeck, letting it go.
Importantly, Selkirk says that the bodies were remarkably undecayed for the length of time in which they lay in the open, almost as if decay itself wouldn't come near the place. The men had been torn apart as if by animals, although what sort of animals would pull apart bodies so systematically he could not guess. Unimaginable, inexplicable, Selkirk agrees that the Nandis may have had something to do with the episode, but suspects that the charges against the ringleaders were trumped up. It wouldn't be the first time, he says cynically. Finally, Selkirk confirms that no Caucasians were found among the dead. Only the corpses of the Kenyan bearers were scattered along the barren plain. So, set 7 is another single sheet. Elias runs into Nails Nelson at the Victoria Bar in Nairobi. Nelson had been a mercenary for the Italians on the Somali-Abyssian border and had escaped into Kenya after double-crossing his employers. Nelson claimed to have seen Jack Brady alive in March 1923 in Hong Kong, 4 years after the expedition.
Jack Brady was in some way attached to the expedition?
Yes, he was the bodyguard of Carlyle.
Okay.
I can refresh your notes on him if you want. Less than 2 years before Elias was in Kenya and long after the Kenyan court declared Brady and the rest of the expedition was dead. Brady was friendly, although guarded and taciturn. Nelson didn't press the conversation. From this report, Elias deduced that other members of the expedition might still be alive. Set 8 discusses a possible structure for the Carlyle book, but is mostly featureless, with entries like, tell what happened and explain why. Well, Elias had lost some sanity by that point.
Also, can I say that Selkirk is remarkably unimaginative for not thinking of at least 5 animals that could have systematically ripped apart?
Well, you
human
haven't
body
seen...
in East Africa?
all of the bodies apparently were ripped apart.
Yeah, I can still come up with at least 5 different animals that would do that there.
But they were not consumed.
Still not fixing the problem. I don't trust him already.
All right, well, you... so the journey... so you review your notes as you head to Mombasa. If you want... Mombasa. Let's just keep saying that.
Okay, for 4 hours. Ready, listeners? Say it along with us. Mombasa. Mombasa.
It's been.
Anyway,
Sorry, Ross.
yeah, no, it's fine.
Apparently someone translated that recently. It says, look, a lion. Over there's a lion. Really? It
Let's
actually
see.
does.
Yeah, I know. Pretty sad.
Anyway, so those are the main principal notes that drew you to Nairobi. So from that, between you, your group, you can figure out. Obviously, whatever happened to the Carlyle Expedition is of extreme importance. This Mountain of the Black Winds is important. It might be worth finding. And you have several names to look for in Nairobi. There's nothing specifically in Mombasa that you know of, but it couldn't hurt to look around there if you wanted to.
And if we want to stick around for a couple of months, we can assassinate the Crown Prince.
Well, you could do that. I am keeping track of the timeline for reasons.
England,
so
he comes for a visit.
I will say it is February 19th, the morning of February 19th, when you get into
Just
Mombasa.
particularly have a honor for killing this crown.
1925.
It's the one that winds up abdicating, and he's kind of a jerk.
Okay.
Nazi sympathizer.
All right.
So,
I figured you had a reason. I just, for some reason, the guy
make a note of
I
that.
wanted to know why.
So, again, Jack Brady, bodyguard to Carlyle, had a record. Carlyle got him off a manslaughter charge after a fight in a bar. This is the background that you picked up in New York.
Yeah.
Brady, military background.
Oh, it's not his fault. The other guy was too squishy.
Yeah, apparently. That was basically it. And Carlyle, for some reason, decided to defend him in court, got him off, and Brady,
Because he
indebted
did
to
a
him, became his
bodyguard.
bodyguard. Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect interview.
Yeah.
From what you found from some notes, I think you heard Brady did not get along with some other members of the expedition.
Probably Meow.
Huston,
Yeah,
the psychiatrist.
Ryu, I think her name is.
Hated.
The what?
Meow.
The psychiatrist, Huston?
Yes. Huston was
The thug and the psychiatrist did not get along.
Imagine that.
Weird.
yes.
All right, I'm immersed.
So, as you go, but all of you do have strange dreams as you are on the trip.
You're carrying 2 mythos artifacts.
You are
I
carrying
think we've had
2.
strange dreams since we
Yeah.
started.
Isn't
Yeah.
that pretty much par for the course for Cthulhu?
At this point,
games?
this now, but you
After
do.
the first episode,
Yeah.
like all of us, all the time.
Your reporter starts having Patrick starts having strange dreams, which are new since he's only picked up on this
I thought I
story.
started having strange dreams last episode.
Well, yeah,
Why
but
not?
you were only haven't been with the expedition
Stranger.
that long, with the team that long.
Strange.
These are not
Don't
unsettling,
forget.
but those of you with Mythos, you realize someone might be trying to reach to you through your dreams. Someone, so you could try to use a dream plate to
All
find
right.
out who it
Like
is.
Let's have a
someone?
dream plate seance on the boat.
Okay, so you have, so you all of you fall asleep and awake in a city. The city style is anachronistic to you. It's medieval, ancient, unless you have architecture or history, you can't really place it.
I have architecture.
History.
Okay, well then you two can recognize.
Yeah, Ross. What do you want? We're going to play your game.
Alright, Jesus, calm down.
Give us those damn core clues.
These
That's all now.
just you guys wait a month and you're like
2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. Month and a half. Yeah, 2 months. 'cause
Numbers.
You say pentap.
So, the architecture is still anachronistic because of the range of styles. You see ancient Egyptian to medieval next to each other. German medieval
we in Las Vegas?
cities are buildings
Saturday
next
Nights.
to
Disney
ancient
World.
Egyptian temples. You do see a repeating motif there
You say Cthulhu,
on the
I say Cthulhu.
decor of the walls, on the facades. And that is feline themed architectural flourishes. There's carvings of cats. There are other symbols. Those of you the cult can recognize the symbol of Bastet.
Hey, I have
as
that.
you look up, you are in an alley between 2 buildings. As you look around, you do see a cat. And then another cat, and then another cat. There's a lot of cats wandering around. Yeah.
Okay.
One cat in particular, sort of white and gray, is sitting on a barrel, looking at the 4 of you.
This is crossover again.
A little bit, yeah. No, it totally is.
Tangent. No.
No. It's
And the cat stops licking its paws and then looks at you and says, "Oh, you're here, finally. Follow me."
Why am
point
I
of
not?
order.
The what?
So, okay, I know we're in a dream and stuff. It's supposed to be weird, but I've never done talking cats before.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's just a little weird. I'm just trying to adjust a little bit. I'm
Oh.
sure you're very nice.
I don't really care what you think about me. One way or the other.
So you're exactly like a cat.
Yeah.
Good job.
I am a cat. My name is Splendid. You will follow.
Splenda?
Really?
Splendid.
Really? A little
I don't know
bit
what
full of
it's
yourself,
called.
aren't
Yeah.
you?
Anyways,
Pick that name yourself?
yes, of course, because I'm splendid. Anyways,
Could you maybe indulge us a little bit? Where are we?
Oh, you're in Althar,
Okay.
the city of cats.
Ah.
It is against the law to hurt a cat. I wouldn't recommend it.
We weren't thinking.
So, Bill, the barbarian.
Yeah, that was totally a thing. I mean,
There's a barbarian in the distance. I'm innocent. Anyway, that cat was a jerk. So he hops off the barrel, and walks
so
off
why are we following you?
because you want to meet her, right?
Normally, based on Haggard novels, she and her are not good terms that we want to associate with. So, could you elaborate a little bit more?
Who is her?
I've been asked to take you to her. I can't. What are names for people?
How about
She
a
has a
description?
white fur on her head.
Does she have eyes?
Well, I guess I don't pay attention.
Okay. Sounds like it's what's her butt again.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of things to remember. Don't look at me like that.
Yeah, just follow me. I'm doing this as a favor.
Okay.
Blah, blah,
I'm pretty sure this cat's on the up and up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Splendid.
So you walk through. Yeah, there's no saying, even though it is odd, it's not. It's just peculiar.
It's a dream. It's
Yeah.
fine.
The cats do seem kind of curious looking at your clothing because you're wearing your 20s clothing, and Everyone else is wearing like robes or medieval
Let me get this
clothing.
straight.
Yeah.
The cats are wearing robes?
No.
There's a city of cats, and they're wearing robes.
No. There are people. There are people there too.
Oh, okay.
Not just cats.
It's not
Does
a
the people
cat
acknowledge
city.
it?
It's just
The people do
welcome to
acknowledge you.
Omaha, the city of cats.
They
I was
are also
sure
kind
they
of
think,
curious
like,
about you, but
Thundercats
nobody
with
says anything to you.
anthropomorphized cat people.
There are people.
No, Redwall.
You walk by a square that has a statue in the center of a person who is.
That's not a cat.
No, it's not a cat. You get a sense of just coldness as you approach it.
Does it have a plaque?
Yes, it does.
Is it surrounded by multiple cats?
There are some
An
cats.
Afghan.
There are cats pretty much everywhere. They're just kind of wandering around. But it's of a person who's looking at something in horror.
A cat?
Oh, okay. Anyway, plaque.
Yeah, the plaque.
The other guy.
There is a single. Those of you with Cthulhu Mythos, which I think is all of you now, you can look at it. You see a symbol for free. You can tell that the word on there is a sigil for an entity known as Nyarlathotep. It is. You'd have to spend a point to understand what it is, or ask one of the cats.
Do we have to spend a point to ask a cat?
No, cats will talk to you.
Splendid.
But can we trust
Yes.
the cat?
Can you tell us about the statue?
Huh? Oh, that. Yeah, I could.
Would you?
Would you please?
Okay. That is someone who gazed upon the true visage of Nyarlathotep.
Who's that?
Oh, it's a great old one. It is said that to gaze upon it, it was the ruler, controlled the land of Lemuria before it sank in the oceans, in your world, I think. And those who gaze upon it are froze petrified, but their minds remain. The curse is such that their minds remain alive throughout all of eternity. So
this isn't a carven statue.
No, that's
it's
a person.
naturally occurring.
yeah, no, there's a person in there who is trapped in blackness for all of eternity. It's also great to sun yourself on. Those of you listening, make a stability check.
All right, Ross, I have to applaud you for your role playing of a talking cat. It's pretty great.
All right, you got it too? All right, that's
I
2
pass.
stability. Those of you make it, don't lose any. Those of you fail, lose 2.
Only the new guy.
Who hates cats?
The rest of us no longer give fucks. This is not
is
the
pretty
weirdest thing
tame.
we've heard.
Yeah, the idea of maybe destroying this poor guy to get him out of his misery. No, cats just like sunning themselves on it. And they're totally fine.
There's no way to know if destroying it would get him out of his misery.
It's true.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
hard to just stay alive.
Yeah, I guess we could try, but...
What would be worse? I mean, then he would be disembodied for all eternity.
Oh, no.
At least now he's being
I think
useful.
his brain is just magically preserved in there.
Oh. So you're saying we could do like a craniectomy?
Possibly.
And you'd still have the statue.
No, it would probably crumble apart if you broke it.
Oh.
But would you be able to get the squishy out first?
No, I mean, it'd be dead, because the magic preserving it would be broken. Besides, why would you want to do that? I want to sun myself on it. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're our guide. I mean,
Yeah, anyways, this way.
Okay.
So you continue
Thank
on.
you.
Yeah, you continue on your way. And you come to the edge of the city. And sitting on a rock near the city gate is Omri, the white-haired woman. Her back is turned to you.
Why am I not surprised she's a cat lady?
Splendid says, "Oh, hey,
Everyone's a cat person.
the people
Except the
here. I'm
movies.
gonna go. Where's the zoo?" And she points off. There's a cage off in the distance. It's sitting in the grass, so you can't see what's inside of it. But it's whatever's in it is rattling, and screeching.
Invisible bird?
No, it's just in the grass. You can walk over and see what it is. If you
3 to 1,
want
it's a Zoog.
Yeah. And she says,
Zoog suit riot.
And she says, "Just pull the string; it'll come out." So Splenda says, "All right." So he goes off. Maybe later. It's maybe at 9. It's more fun. So he disappears, walks back into the city. And, Arm returns to look at you. She is blind, but she says to you, "I wanted to make contact with you before you reached Kenya, because the people, our mutual friends, and I think you know who I'm speaking to, have worked amongst our humanity for many years and many Malus. But they do not go by the name Lamplighters. in Kenya. There are practitioners you may be able to contact, but political issues have drawn lines between humanity. So if you wish to gain the help of our mutual friends, you will have to ingratiate yourself with the local practitioners.
Do they have a name for that organization?
There are no names. It is more of an individual basis. You will know them when you see them.
How will we know them when we see them?
Oh, you'll know them.
They will want to help you because they will be They are opposed to the Mountain of the Black Wind and the Cult of the Bloody Tongue. So, but I wanted to warn you. There is one other thing. Timelines and causality and that sort of thing is very much above my head. But there is a chance you are needed in Australia. You have said that, and you will go to Australia.
Crap.
But we cannot change. We cannot see exactly how you will fare in Kenya. So there will be one protection placed upon you in dire circumstances. When you wake up, you will see a. Each of you will have see a blue, what appears to you a blue thread. Simply wrap it around a wrist, an ankle, something like that, and you will forget about it. It will be there. But if something catastrophic happens, it will be a way to
tether us.
It will be a safeguard to make sure you make it to Australia. So we cannot compel you to do this, but it is recommended that you do it.
Are we on the boat still?
You were dreaming,
we're
yes.
in Olthar.
Yes. Your bodies
No,
are.
I mean like the bodies.
Oh,
Yes.
probably.
So when we wake up,
Because we
back
could
on the
just like hijack the boat and steer it towards Australia.
You could hop off Mombasa and just.
Now you're.
That was his priest who was like, no, never Australia. Patrick O'Bannon is a different man. He's like, well, that sounds awesome.
I actually have a friend in Sydney.
Yeah.
No, a cousin. But I do have a friend in
If you have any
Mombasa.
questions, I can answer them. But that is, I just wanted to make sure you had that protection on you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Could you elaborate on it anymore?
Our mutual friends said it would be better if you did not understand its true nature.
Why exactly are our mutual friends having problems in Kenya? Can you elaborate on that?
They don't have problems in Kenya. You have problems in Kenya.
No,
We
but
are as a species.
Why can't we just contact them directly instead of looking for a practitioner?
Something about colonialization.
For
Something
the
about
listeners at home, Sean's face just made a series.
something
of very
about the
interesting
local
expressions.
practitioners are not so well inclined to help foreigners.
Okay, that I can accept. That makes sense.
So you will have to look for help. There will be those who will want to strike a blow against the bloody tongue, and you will. You have a way of making impressions on people.
Oh, gee, thanks. You're all hard.
If there's nothing else, you can just close your eyes and you will awake. But if not,
What's the deal with the statues? Why don't you free the statues?
it's not my city. I'm only a visitor. It's not my place to destroy such a piece of the people of the city put it there. I think perhaps as a warning. Do not go too far or delve too deep into the secrets of the man was not meant to know.
The thing that you're asking us to do right now.
True. This is true. But
Funny that.
But if you do not, then all will be lost. So,
So is this string thing going to help us not from being a statue with a brain inside?
well, Gahanatho is sleeping now in this era.
Oh, okay.
There are statues that have his perfect visage on them, and
He's not sleeping under a mountain, is he?
no, he is under the ocean.
Okay, we're not going there.
Near
Yeah,
Australia.
it is another dormant threat for another era, for another.
Someone else can take care of that.
Yes, someone else can take care of that. Just don't. If you find any statues that look horrific, don't look at them.
Okay.
How will we know that before we've looked at them?
You could hire. Well, that's why your group. There's more than one of you. So
I was going to say, Ross, if you say you could hire African porters, I'm going to scream the racist card as loud as possible.
well,
We can let the new guy do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's a group ritual that maybe.
Why don't we just take a
statues.
cat? We can make the cat look at the statue.
It's in the
I think we
dream.
can make the cat do anything.
I would not recommend angering the cats. Is there anything else? Good luck. And with that, you all awake.
Blink.
There is a thin blue string by each of your beds. You tie it. It seems to barely fit around your wrist, and it seems to disappear a moment later.
Certainly not weirder than Kabbalah.
Yeah. So do all of you do it? Mm-hmm. All right.
Stability checks?
No.
Nope. Okay.
Disappearing
Maybe that
blue
comes
thread.
later.
Yeah.
Not that weird.
No. Yeah. Out of your thrust.
It's not even the weirdest thing I've seen
A thread
today.
absorbing into skin is completely normal.
It just kind of disappears.
Yeah,
it kind
it
of
just-
fades. Doesn't fade into anything.
It's progressively less blue until it's not anything.
You arrive in Mombasa. It is a fairly well-developed city. It is Arabic, with you can see the architecture. Lots of narrow alleys, elaborately decorated balconies, mosques, minarets.
You didn't do the research, just let it go.
I'm reading from the book. All right,
Exactly.
Yeah. This famous merchant city and former slave trading center is only a few centuries newer than Cairo itself. About 30,000 live here at the edge of the Indian Ocean, combining bits and slabs of Arabic, African, Indian, Portuguese, and British ways of life.
There, you like that better?
Pre-colonial traders built Mombasa on a coral island just offshore for the purpose of defense. A railway, causeway, foot traffic ferries now connect the island and continent. As you are getting off the ship, everyone give me a sense trouble check.
Oh, where's that?
It is a general ability. You have to spend points if you want to.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. 3.
2.
1.
All right. Bill.
Down to you, Bill.
Yeah, working on it.
Are you going to spend any points?
I think I am.
Ooh, how many?
Considering how poorly everybody else did.
No, I was refreshing how the sense trouble cherry works, and I think it, wants
Okay.
me to spend 3.
Ooh.
So 7.
Okay. Well, Bill, you are being quite paranoid, but you do
Okay.
think as you you get off at first you don't notice anything unusual. I mean, there's lots of people, obviously. Very crowded scene as ships are disembarking and embarking. Lots of foot traffic. You have to get your luggage. I think you all by the way, weapons again. Ports and customs are not quite as strict as they are in, say, London, but they are a thing. So, did you guys throw all your guns overboard, or did you try to conceal anything? You could, if you have firearms or mechanics, you could disassemble a pistol and hide it amongst your luggage, along with a couple of rounds. Or you could go bigger. If you just want to do that for one revolver or something like that, if you just spend a few points of firearms. Yeah.
Is there a store in town for safari goers who wish to purchase large...
Sure.
Okay, so
Then
we
we're
can
good.
All right.
We'll just ditch the guns and buy bigger caliber ones.
Fair enough. So you have to get your luggage.
88 caliber.
You do have a couple of large suitcases, one with a mirror in it, and one with a dream plate. You decided not to mix them. You'll probably, want to mix your
Smart,
mojo.
yeah.
Plus whatever clothes and other things you have. Yeah.
Do I have to go to any special links to keep my gangster vest?
No. They don't. For some reason in Africa they don't really worry about the
Clothes?
Yeah, bulletproof vests either. It's not quite. It's one thing. It's a lot warmer here, so it's going to be a little harder.
Comes with its own set of problems.
So they're not quite as worried about it. They. But as you, it takes you an hour or so to get off, and you notice, thanks to your paranoia, in the distance. It seems there's one particular. He looks Indian or Sikh. He's wearing a turban, for what that's worth. Off in the distance, whoever is just looking in your general direction 3 separate times over the course of an hour, which kind of strikes you as unusual, enough that it stands out and sort of you just instinctively the fuck's with that.
I'm heading over that way.
All right. If you start walking over that way, he turns and walks off into the crowd.
What was the difficulty on the sense trouble check?
It was a 4.
Okay, so I overspent by 3.
Yeah.
So I have 3 in my overspend pool.
Okay.
So
That's the cherry you were checking.
yes, absolutely. I'll spend a point of athletics to
start running after.
Yeah. In fact, I'll spend 2 points of athletics
Okay.
for 6.
Okay. You start running through the crowd.
Also, what color's the turban?
White.
Okay. What's a good name matching? I want a cover story. I'm going to pretend he's someone I know. So as I'm running after him, I'm going to shout a name that is probably not his.
You need a Muslim name?
Yeah.
Azim.
I mean, right? Yeah, yellow would be Sikh, right?
Well,
Ish.
yellow would be Sikh, and then there's a couple of
Oh, sorry, it
colors
is
for
yellow
Sikh.
then. Sorry. He's wearing a Sikh
So he is
turban.
Sikh, so you need an Indian name.
Okay.
But there are also other colors that would
Correct.
imply a Sikh that was in the British military. That's what I was looking for.
Well,
was to
he's
see if he
not,
was part
and
of
he's
the-
in civilian clothes. It's,
Karash!
he does not respond.
Right? Name? Well,
Close
no,
enough.
of course he wouldn't respond.
Yeah.
It's not his name.
All right. You push through the crowd. He's walking through. You do see he has a dagger on the front of his belt.
Okay. Well,
so-
he's a Sikh. That's to be expected, right?
Yeah. So but you made a 6 on your athletics check, and he's not running away. So you catch up to him. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder and
All right.
kind of half spin him around. And essentially, what I'm going for here is I thought he was someone I knew.
Okay. Very good. He turns to you. His eyes are wide, very surprised, and he says,
Oh, pardon me. I saw you looking my way, and I thought you were a friend of mine, someone I know from Britain.
no, I was waiting for a shipment of tea. No, nothing like that. Sorry." He turns and starts walking up.
Reassurance.
Okay.
My friends and I are new in town and could use a guide.
Okay.
Is that a spend? Or?
What are you offering him? Like in terms of money? Like you use credit rating too. He says, "You need guys." I'm actually here. You offer that to him. He says, "I am a tea merchant. I could take you to my shop and I could introduce you to someone."
That sounds lovely.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
So,
Just for once, I would like to come into one port where someone's not watching us. It has happened literally everywhere since Shanghai, I believe. And I'm not
happened in
misusing
Shanghai,
literally. No, inclusive.
yeah.
I'm not misusing literally there.
All right, fair enough. You are using commercial, shipping. You're not going clandestine. You're not. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
Sure, we change our names on the board.
No,
guess.
you are under assumed names, but again, this is a global.
In the
conspiracy.
future, we all wear false beards before we get on this.
Including the ladies.
Yeah, exactly. You could use disguises.
Dress as circus folk.
The man says, "Yes, of course." Let's see here. What is his tea shop called?
Oh, and what's his name? Obviously, he's not
Tandor
Koresh.
Singh.
Can you say that again, Ross?
Tandor Singh. That's-
Sounds delicious.
Yeah. Oh God, you guys making that. All right, his name is Thuckler. Then. They have a
What?
Thuckler?
Worse. Strictly worse.
All right, Jesus Christ.
Just over there thuckling brains.
Let's see here.
Can we take the stickers away from Sean?
They should have something in the mass companion.
Tandoor is fine. It's a fine name.
Thakur. 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 Thakur.
I'm sorry, could you spell that one more time? I didn't-
Thakur. Oh my God.
Just because I like Indian food, you guys are all...
No, because the mass companion specifically says this. Like, it specifically has a thing about, like, if they give you shit about saying of Tandor, so, like...
Well, you didn't have it. That That was the limit of the shit I was going to give you.
I know, but then they're shot. So
That's a ridiculous attention to detail.
We're calling him Thackeray.
the Masked Companion is 572 pages.
In a campaign that was originally...
Yeah, this is 224 pages. So it's more than twice the length of the actual book. So, yeah. Anyway, he said, yeah, just sing tea. And he's actually says, my brother has a place here in Mombasa, but my tea shop is in Nairobi. So he can tell you about that. Let's see here. You actually, those of you with any investigation skills, could make a spin right now.
Because, something's fishy in the tea shop.
Yeah.
Well, that would be keeping up with, shops that sell leaves that we have visited thus far.
Yep.
I guess the other one was a spice shop, not a tea shop.
Would Streetwise work?
No, you got the...
Nope, we extracted all the meaty goodness.
Evidence collection?
Arthur, yeah, no, you remember getting from Arthur Emerson in New York a lead about the export habits of the Juju House, and includes a warehouse in Mombasa, which you remember has the name of Singh on it. So...
because there's only going to be one Singh family.
Well,
Whatever.
It does.
Don't give me
you have
crap about it. We get all sorts of weird names.
There might be more than one, but you'd have to check. Like, it is a very highly interesting coincidence. So let's see. So there is the Singh exporters in so he mentions his brother.
All right, fine. I'll play it that way.
His brother is Aja. AHJA.
I will be like a tourist coming to America and say, "Oh, your name is Singh?
Yes.
I know a Singh.
Oh, you do?
New York. Yes.
Perhaps. Oh, my brother exports things to New York.
Oh, yes.
Aja, yes.
Oh.
His warehouse is right over there. Why don't we could go there and have tea? He has a kettle. I'm sure he can arrange a guide for you.
Apparently kettles are rare in Mombasa.
He doesn't. Thakur mentions that his shop is in Nairobi. He's waiting for an export of a shipment of tea from his tea shop. And
here we go, Ross. This is the opposite of running away from the plot.
No.
I was running to it.
Yeah.
Arms wide to embrace it.
All right. So you go to the warehouse. It is a 3-story, very large warehouse.
We're all stacked by cultists and died.
It's the middle of the day. There are people moving. There's workers moving in crates of
stuff.
They're sealed, so you can't see inside them. A man that looks similar to Thakur comes over and greets him. Oh, brother, did your shipment
It's
come?
racist, They don't all look alike.
They look alike because they're brothers. Because of genetics. Yeah.
So what? Now you're a eugenicist?
Oh my God, bro.
Ross.
Yeah.
Permission to smack him.
No, go for it. Yeah.
No, she wasn't.
No, I was
asking.
giving you permission.
Oh, I see. So, I think that would take the
A wife is not going to ask for permission
I know.
to her own husband.
Well, I think she's just trying to be polite at the table,
And the meetings will come on their own.
Yeah.
That was an imperative, not an interrogative.
Anyway, Aja apparently has been eating more than Thakur, so stockier, a couple of years older. He is not wearing seed clothing, but he is directing workers. You do see into the warehouse. So you guys can focus on talking to Aja and Thakur, or you could try and surreptitiously look around the warehouse a little bit. You're sort of in the entrance of the loading dock, which, again, lots of foot traffic. People moving out, but you can hear people loading things into crates nearby, but you can't just see it. Mm-hmm. It's not well lit inside, or at least, from where you are. So, or you could try and do something else. What do you guys want to do?
Could
Just
I
go
go
from
bureaucracy to say that I...
We'll go from left to right. So, what do you want to do?
Can I chat up any of the workers?
You
I have Arabic.
You do. You could. There are a couple of workers. Some of them are carrying crates. One appears to be actually repairing an empty crate, hammering nails into it. Looks like it got damaged in shipping or something like that. So he's nailing new boards in. So you can go talk to him. So you walk over. He says, "Yes, can I help you, ma'am?"
I was just curious what you have in the warehouse.
The boss is very good employer. He is very nervous. He's not quite sure why you would be talking to him. It is the 1920s.
I'm just a curious tourist.
Okay. You have to use the skill to get something out of him. You can. There are 0 point spends if you tell me what skill you want to use. 0 point. Do you have reassurance?
Credit rating.
I do have
Credit rating would do the opposite. Be like, yes, no, please, do not have me. What?
I do have reassurance.
Our reassurance says, oh, we sell, we ship pretty things out. Art.
Okay,
So that's what you get for free. If you want to get more information out of them, that would be a spend. So you can think about that. And so, Sean?
Could I spend a bureaucracy point to pretend that I am the colonial customs agent that's here to inspect the warehouse?
For 0 point bureaucracy, he's not going to believe it. He would know every customs agent here. He lives and works here. So he would know that.
He knows them.
Yeah. You could... So you'd have to come up with another angle. Also, you don't have any documentation for that.
You are not Doctor Who.
Yeah. So you would need... You don't have anything forged.
So preparedness to have forged that.
That's what I was going to do.
Do you have...
I have preparedness.
That's a hell of a preparedness thing. Like, no, we need to trick the Mombasa warehouse guy. Like, as you're...
Well, we knew there was a warehouse that might come in.
All right, that's... All right,
obviously.
all right, you can make a preparedness check for that.
5.
All right, 5. You have some papers. So, yeah, you can spend the point of bureaucracy and say you're new. You don't know anyone else's name, though, so you'll have to avoid that.
I'm here actually...
Yeah.
I'm from Britain auditing the customs agents here, so I'm
Okay.
double-checking all their work.
Well, you don't... What did you want?
I need to see all of your inventory.
I can give you a tour, yes.
That would be great.
Let me call... he goes up... snaps his fingers. A teenager comes up. He says something quickly in Arabic. You don't understand unless you have that language. And Anna's talking to a worker over there, so she can't overhear that.
Way to cover your bases.
And then the teenager goes running off, and he says, "Yes, I can give you a tour.
Now, are you the foreman?
I am the owner and operator of this business."
That works.
Yes. So that's what you're doing, Bill.
Bring in some motherfucking tea.
All right. It's just so you mentioned the tea again. Oh yes, please come in. I did not know your friend was a customs agent. That is. Why are you traveling with him? Are you also a customs agent?
No. We met in transit.
Oh, I see. So you are not. Okay. Very right. So very good.
let me
Udon.
say, I have to tell you if I'm a customs agent.
I only sell tea. I do not.
It's in the rules.
Yeah.
I shout, he's right, it's in the rules.
All right.
Are you a customs agent? You have to tell me if you're a customs agent.
So he starts brewing some oolong tea.
Okay.
Melissa, what about you?
Also drinking tea.
Okay, you're
I'm from
in
China,
the
I
little
love tea.
side office of the manager. It's crammed with papers. He's not especially neat. There is a safe in the corner.
While we're waiting for the tea to brew, can I wander around a bit?
It is actually ajar right now. But Thakur is sitting near it.
Safe. Okay.
Yeah, safe.
Yeah.
The safe is ajar because
Sorry, the tea.
Yeah.
The tea is a well.
No, the
that
tea is
makes
brewed.
sense.
All right, so you two are talking, making polite small talk as he asks you about your journey and how it was and things of that nature.
Blah blah blah. Boats,
Yes.
Blah, blah.
And so, did you want to ask anything else?
If he's not going to show me things, I don't really have.
Well, I mean, you have to make a spend to get additional benefit. You find out what the warehouse specializes in, which is exporting African art to the rest of the world. They apparently ship all over the world. That's what the man says. He's trying to impress
So
you.
should have gone to the Juju house. It would just be full of art.
Yeah, you'll be fine. So, but that's the path untraveled.
I'm good. I'll join the other guys.
Okay. Are you going into the side room for tea, or are you going to join Sean as he tours the warehouse?
Well, I don't have a cover.
That's true. So tea it is. All right. So
You're on your own, Sean.
Other than you're, a dilettante and art,
yeah,
if he's touring the
Has to see the
inventory.
art.
they're not going to stop you. Probably. I mean, they're not going.
Well, is this like a business that people come to, or is this just their storage facility? That
It seems like you look around. Actually, you can ask the guy, and he says, "Oh, sometimes people come to make deals. People come off the. There's a lot of it is sports, lots of trading, and then we don't have separate office. We just come here. Of course, Mr. Singh, he goes and makes deals elsewhere too. But there are customers who come in.
okay, so if someone was interested, like myself, I'm an art collector. When would be a good time to come look?
Anytime while he's here, Mr. Singh is here. He seems to be talking to some customs official. I guess it is that time of month again.
Odd turn of phrase.
Yeah, you're not sure what he means by that, or you could inquire about that, but that would definitely be a spin. But you, he does mention he says the worker does say that most of the work, all the stuff that you'll see there, though, has already been sold. It's being ready to ship off. They have stuff on the second floor, which are things that have not yet sold. So, you'd have to ask somebody to let you up there. But Mr. Singh could probably do that if he is done dealing with the customs official. But he says, "You're very. Where is your husband? Why are you? Or your brother? Are you anyway?" So he asks you about that.
Oh, that's my cousin.
Oh, your cousin. Oh, very. Okay. So yeah.
I should go catch up with him.
Oh, of course.
I'm supposed to hang around him.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's why I was sort of confused.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you're with Mr. Singh. He tells you that the first floor, these are all things that have been sold and are being ready to
Now,
ship.
are they mostly for private collectors or museum collections?
I would have to check. It is mostly private. That's going to a restaurant for decor. That's going to.
And I assume these are all British establishments?
Well, I sell over the world. Whoever wants to buy. Many people come to this town.
You're not aware of the recent acts that were passed? The protective measures?
No.
Specifically barring sales of African artifacts to the French, Germans, Italians, Americans.
I have heard of nothing about this.
What about the Smoot-Hawley tariff?
There are sometimes paperwork. There are sometimes tariffs or restrictions, but my customers know them, and we work around it, or we it is all within the law.
How do you work around it?
Well, we find there are ways. Well, no, what? Look, you could. It is a legitimate business, and if you talk to your superiors,
Oh, he said the magic words.
yeah. If you come here, I'm sure you will. Where are you staying at? I will be happy to.
I haven't found lodging just yet.
Oh,
I like to get straight onto the job right away as soon as I get off the boat.
you have not talked to your superior yet. You are not supposed to.
No, I've checked in with the main office.
I thought you came right off the boat. The main office is in the middle of town. It is
Sent telegraph as soon as I got off the boat and came directly
There's
here.
no telegraph. The telegraph is way over there. It is not.
Back away slowly.
Wireless.
Anyway, you're gonna have to give him a point spend to keep his confidence. Some sort of social skill to keep him flustered.
Okay. Streetwise? Calling him on his bullshit?
Well, if you call him
Abort,
you could call him on his bullshit, but that would just raise the stakes in the sense that, all right, so what are you really here for? That's probably going to be your response. So yeah, Mr. Singh is kind of curious, but he's giving you the tour, which doesn't really cost him anything. But
I'll spend a point of reassurance saying, look, I'm not here to shut down your establishment. I'm just here to check up on my inferiors that have been doing things here and make sure that everything is above board. Because, once they're here for a while,
They get chummy.
And so we need to check up.
chummy, what is that? Isn't that used for fish? You throw the chummy in to get fish so you can catch them.
Bob does smell like fish, so I'll give you that. But I'll roll reassurance.
No, you just spend it. You just spend a point.
Oh, I'll just
Remember,
spend a
investigative, you just spend a point. All right, so you've got him on the hook. What are you trying to get out of him? You see the main floor. The first floor is just
So I'm looking for shipments to the Juju Club. Is that
The Juju House.
The Juju House?
Okay.
And I'm also looking for shipments to the... What was the name of that institute in London?
Oh, the Gavin
Penhue?
Institute? The Penhue Foundation.
Penhue Foundation.
What about that restaurant in Shanghai?
And the restaurant in Shanghai.
The
The,
club.
the
Yeah.
bar.
Dragon.
Drunken.
Tiger.
Tiger.
Drunken Tiger.
It's not drunken. Stumbling.
Stumbling.
Same thing.
Really
Close
similar.
enough.
Well,
You do see
There's a better
addresses
ring to
that.
And anything that might be going to Sydney.
we check up on old.
There is an
other
Australian
buses.
address.
Okay, so what's the Australian?
Randolph Shipping Company in Darwin.
Really?
Yeah.
Crap. Okay.
That's the only one you see there, but
Oh, yeah, I
you
already
do.
have that in my notes.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird. So you do get that, but that's you've only scanned it for a little bit, and you can tell. Actually, you're getting a sense of what he's doing. He is being very slow with it. You realize he's buying time or trying to waste time. He's being very slow about this. He's waiting for something.
Sense trouble check.
Okay. You can. You don't have to.
Spending a point.
Okay.
Schmagadoo-schmagadoo.
It's in the middle. It's broad. Like the warehouse doors are open. There's a huge crowd outside. There's basically way too many witnesses for you to get whacked if that's what you're worried about.
Okay, good.
I have accounting.
Actually, you have accounting, right?
Yeah.
You do see a ledger book.
Yeah.
And it's actually open. Unfortunately, it's in Hindustani.
Okay, so I'm going to go to what's this?
But the numbers aren't.
Yeah.
The numbers are not. This is true. And you actually do see there are addresses listed in it, but you can't really see them because the guy, whoever wrote this, has terrible handwriting. You would actually have to get the ledger and spend some time with it.
So, Mr. Aja, I need to.
No, this is Thakur. You're in
Thakur,
the.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I'm with the brother.
Yes.
Excuse me. I need the restroom.
We do not have. There is. There is for not a lady. It is very. I do not wish to describe what the workers use.
Very well. Can you just show me?
There is a restaurant. 15 minutes walk that way. There was very, very nice. I hear it has indoor plumbing. I do not know.
I think
I'm not allowed inside.
Okay, but I think you understand that maybe I don't want to walk the streets alone. Can you escort
Oh, I
me?
could get a man. There are carts. We can.
Rickshaws.
Rickshaws, yes.
Will you take me out to the street and call me one?
Of course.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, you see that there is a ledger there.
Okay.
But it is in
And
plain
they're
sight.
leaving the room.
He says, "Please come with me." He motions for the other two of you to follow. He thinks all of you are going.
Oh no, just me. They don't need to come as
Oh, well, he says, well, this is the office. The safe is open. I cannot. He calls for one of the workers, talks to him in Arabic, and the worker goes out and starts calling a rickshaw. He will tell you when the rickshaw is here. It'll just take a moment. Thakur is not going to leave the office.
We need a little bit more plausibility to the plan.
Yeah. Thakur is looking after his brother's business. The safe is open, and you can probably tell there would be money in that, so he obviously is not going to leave that unguarded.
Right. Okay.
He pours the oolong tea.
Huh?
It's very good, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyways, Sean?
Oh, sorry. One
Okay.
quick question. Is this a ground floor room?
Yes.
Are there
It's
any
by the
windows?
entrance. The what?
Are there any windows?
There are windows that open up into interior. It's basically like a small half room with windows that show into the main warehouse, but there's no exterior windows. Actually, no, there are, but
wait, I've got it.
yeah. No, sorry, there are, but they're they're above head height, so they're
Okay.
like the things.
Let's go with him. No, that won't work either. Never mind. Sorry.
I'll leave and you get out of
For
there.
a 0 point streetwise, you realize you could just come back here and steal it at night.
But what's the fun in that?
All right, yeah, no. Well, he would not. The thing is that the ledger is good. The kind of thing that will be noticed if it goes missing.
Right, that's why I was trying to plan out a hasty exit.
Okay.
Although I guess it might throw those two in the fire, so maybe I won't.
Well,
do
just
that.
him, because she came back into the room with you guys. So,
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
there as well. So,
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, I feel like we've got a pretty
you
good
do
out
notice
at this
Bill's
point.
looking at that ledger, kind of. Oh, his eyes perk up at that.
And also, there's a point of credit rating in the safe if we can come back here later.
Yeah, no, sure.
Great
Why not?
idea.
I don't know. It might be about a half a point.
Do you have a locksmith?
Yes, I do.
It's actually not a very good safe. It's actually would be.
I know. Because I have locksmith.
Well, no, even by 1920s safe standards, this is like a cheap safe. So
Yeah.
you could probably just like listen to the tumblers and crack it by hand. You wouldn't
Yeah.
even need tools.
We just have to come back here and see what kind of horrors they get up to at night.
Yeah.
Nothing horribly wrong can happen as a result of this.
Yeah, that's totally a thing you could do. So anyway, Sean.
So I noticed the shipment to Randolph in Darwin.
Uh-huh.
Can you tell me more about the contents of this shipment?
Well, it is already sealed. I cannot unseal it. It would be
No, but
There's no bill of lading?
surely
There-
you have.
well, yeah, there's a bill of lading. Yeah. So he flusters and says, "Yes, here's a bill of lading," and it's
Supply chain
woefully
powers
generic.
activate.
It is woefully generic. It just says African art pieces.
6
I'm
pieces.
going to need something much more specific than generic effort.
If you come back tomorrow, I can have it ready for you. I have to. My paperwork is not. I am not. I do not have. I cannot find good. What is the word? Secretaries to do the filing, the paperwork. I have to do it myself, and I'm very busy, and it is very hard. These people here, they do not have schooling. They do not know forms.
How
and
many crates
bills.
are in this shipment?
What?
How many crates are in the shipment?
I see 1, 2, 3.
We could just pop them open.
No. We cannot pop it open. It is very. Well, look, it's underneath other pieces. It would take hours of work. I'm very busy. It is very expensive.
Are you spending a point of narrow my eyes at him?
What is that, intimidation?
Probably is.
Probably. I could spend a point of cop talk maybe to threaten him with authorities coming in.
You could try.
But that could go south very quickly.
It could. Anyways, your rickshaw is here.
Do I at least make a note of where these crates are?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can
Yeah.
open the horror.
Anyways, the
Sure,
rickshaw
why
is
not?
here.
Provided they're
And you
not
can
gone
see
by
a teenager who's like covered in sweat. Who you think you saw the Aja talk to him a little while ago. He went off running, and now he's come back. And there's behind him, trailing him. There's some like middle-aged white guy in a suit coming up.
Trailing him on foot?
Yeah.
Okay. Like following us in the rickshaw?
No,
No,
he's
no.
going into the warehouse.
The rickshaw has
Like the teenager was
Okay,
sent
the
okay.
out.
actual customs guy who's going to bust
Right,
Sean.
yeah.
This is the time for the three of us to GTFO.
Right. So I get in the rickshaw
Yeah.
and I look behind me and just making friendly conversation. I say, "Hey, who is that white man?"
To who?
To the rickshaw driver, to the kid.
I don't know. I'm a rickshaw driver. I don't know who that is.
But I saw you
all
talking
you white,
before.
all the white people look alike to me.
I'm not
Racism.
I know, but you're rich, so you probably know how you look rich. Your clothes look rich.
Well, thank you.
I will thank Thakur for the tea.
Okay. So
It
yes,
is delightfully unpoisoned.
it was.
We think, as far as
We
He
would
says,
know by now.
and also a guide. I did send out for a guide. If you wait a few more minutes, I can have a guide here for you. Or if you, your cousin,
Just send him on to the restaurant. I'm sure we'll be.
Oh, you're going to the restaurant as well?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Okay.
Sounds like a happening place.
All right.
Also, now that I have land back under me, I would like to, perhaps actually tuck in.
Oh, of course. I tuck in what? Oh, it's his idiom.
Yeah, turn a phrase. I'm sorry.
There's a card for that too, but I'm not going to touch it.
All right, so the three of you are going in the rickshaw. So
Abandon
Sean,
rickshaw,
as you're leaving out, you
bureaucratic
see a middle-aged British guy come up to you and says, "I heard there's a new custom agent. Can I see your papers? We're telegraphed at all of your
Your
arrival."
hastily forged papers.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mr. Singh says, "No, he says he's a custom agent. He says he's here to inspect us. He's to audit you." And so, what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna
Spend a
run?
point to disappear.
Yeah, cue the sack.
Actually, yeah. I'm gonna spend
What?
Does stealth work for that?
You cannot. It's
Well,
in plain
they're both
sight.
staring at you.
It's the middle of. It's like morning.
John,
You can athletics. You cannot stealth.
this is where cop talk would actually maybe have a chance of working.
There's only so far you can go on a bluff like
I
this.
feel like this is revenge.
You can.
Are we all in the
Is it?
right now?
Is it
Nowhere
really
near that
revenge?
personal.
No.
When it's your actions.
True.
I did not
Okay.
anticipate this ahead of time.
I could try cop talk.
You could.
I will go ahead and spend 2
You can
points
double
on cop
down.
talk.
Margot, are you still with him, or did you come with us?
I guess I came with you guys. 'Cause
Okay.
I went to the
Sorry,
two,
Sean, we
so
can't
probably-
help.
Well, he's your cousin, so you can hang around with him if you wanted to.
You could claim
Yeah.
he was insane.
I guess it makes sense that I would try to find you if you're my cousin. I'm like, cousin, what are you doing? We need to get
What
to
are you
the
going to use to
restaurant.
convince them they're mentally ill?
Reassurance.
Yeah, a point spent of reassurance. I could say gets. Oh, have you been drinking again?
It's medicinal.
It's another. Oh, of his cool college pranks or
Can I use
something.
this point?
You could use that point.
Paranoid.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say
Let's
he-
really piss Sing off.
Yeah.
Nothing bad can come of this.
All right. So, Anne, what? Go ahead and tell them what's
Talk your way
wrong
out
with
of
your
this.
poor cousin.
he's a little not right in the head. And like, I know I say that I'm here with him, but really he's here with me. I need to keep an eye on him.
Why would you not put him in a sanitarium?
I'm the actual customs agent.
Do you know what sanitariums are like in Ireland?
Oh,
We wouldn't leave him there.
I guess the climate is better here.
Yeah.
Oh,
We thought it might be good for his health to get out a little bit.
you need to keep a better eye on him. He's gonna.
I'm sorry. I'll try
I'll let this go this once, but I will tell you should report in with the police in case this happens again. The authorities might not be as trusting or as kind. I have a
In case he
cousin
stomps into my
as
warehouse
well.
and demands to
We
look
got
at
him.
things again.
Do I start gripping a camel and
Yeah.
saying, yes, your majesty?
Yeah, sure. No, you can't. You can really buy into it. And Mr. Singh his forgery was surprisingly good.
Idiot savant.
Yeah.
Hey, do I get a job off of that? No.
Please, so they
make
let
a
you
lot
off
here.
this time. I will say this will cost your character a point of credit rating for loss of reputation. So,
Totally worth it.
because word will spread of the crazy Irishman. This story is going to be repeated in
The
every
legend.
bar.
The legend of the crazy Irish customs agent.
Yes, the workers will have a good laugh over it. You can hear the laughter beginning as Singh explains in Arabic very quickly what has just happened, and people are just like, "What?"
Tell him your name is actually Nasruddin.
You might have to change your appearance too.
Yeah.
I guess I can shave.
So, all right, that's one way of getting out of that. Good job. So,
All it takes is an eraser to the little picture in my head. I no longer have facial hair, or hair, or a nose, apparently. So.
if you're shaving yourself bald, you really want to put a hat on it. Yeah, it was like,
Oh, I have a hat.
okay. Yeah. Sunburn on the scalp is
Self-respecting
bit.
crazy Irish customs agent would be without his hat.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. All right, so all of you, at this point, so at this point, all of you can rendezvous at the restaurant.
Sure. With the
Since
guy
Anne
who's
knew where it was. Heard it.
Totally not going to lead us into doom.
Wait, did you wait for Thakur's guide or not?
No, we sent
Okay.
to forward him to the restaurant.
Okay, yeah. So he shows up at the restaurant. He is Arabic as well, or not as well, but he is
What's his
Arabic.
name, Ross?
Saeed. It's a common name. Well, that's what he says it is.
The following is a prepaid call from the Maryland Corrections
Yeah.
Institute.
So he's, of course, not allowed inside the restaurant. In fact, there is a little about that,
You know,
but
the thing about the restaurant is
Yeah.
what I'm saying here.
yeah,
Why is he not allowed in the restaurant?
because it's hella racist
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
What's the name of the restaurant?
I don't have a
It's
name.
literally called The Restaurant. How about
Yeah.
that?
Probably a name in the companion. It's 507 pages. I'll find restaurants. I'll show you.
Actually, wait. Maybe the name actually is like restaurant. It's just in Arabic, and you're the only one who knows, and you think it's funny, so you don't tell us. There you go, Ross.
There you go. Let's see.
Shortcut.
You're actually eating at the restaurant at the Castle Hotel. So
we can stay here too if you want.
it is a luxurious and popular gathering spot for colonial parties.
Nah,
Especially
really
in
Is
the
it managed
well-appointed
by a man
restaurants.
named Rick? No.
Let's
wrong
see.
city, wrong decade.
Wrong country.
Yeah. Wrong war,
Yeah.
wrong genre.
Yeah. So the Castle Hotel, and yeah, there's actually a bit of you will have to spend a point of credit rating to get in, Melissa, because again,
Racism.
Yeah, racism. But because
I'm dressed fancy.
but yeah, no, but by spending a point of credit rating, it's basically reserving a room and
It
spending
doesn't
enough
just
money.
mean money.
Yeah.
And
Well,
plus,
it's
since you're Asian in Kenya, it'd be even worse right now.
I know. Okay.
So.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, so
you
they make
the
an
history
exception
when
for
it
you, but
helps
they put you in the back, out of sight of the
This is
other,
the
just
agreement.
so they don't offend other people.
Right.
But yes, yeah. Well,
It's like that. I get it. But
like
wow.
So you have your table. What are your next moves? You can. So I guess the first thing you've set your eyes on is that warehouse.
I don't know. I'm perfectly fine with abandoning that at this point. Like,
We could go look for the mountain.
Yes, you do not know where the mountain.
To be honest,
is.
we're
There is-
probably going to run into whatever's in the warehouse in Australia anyway, whether we do anything
well,
here
we
or
can
not.
make Australia a little easier at the price of making Kenya harder.
The thing is,
So just blow
none
up
of the
the
maps that you have access to have. There are multiple mountains in Kenya, but none of them are called the Mountain of the Black Wind. Yeah. So none of them. It is a local name. It is not the name that was passed on to geographers and cartographers. So,
Okay,
Can we ask
so
our guide?
we have
You
we have a
could.
guide.
Yeah, that's what I said. You should ask for a guide.
all right. After
Yeah.
you finish,
Can I check with a friend of mine who lives in Mombasa?
Who's your friend?
Dr. Aberforth?
What is he a doctor of?
Politics? Political science?
You can visit him.
Is that actually a thing by the 20s?
It's more like... Sort
Just
of.
say no.
No, it is by the 20s, but it has a different name.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it's mostly relating to international relations, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, you can talk to him. That'll be a separate little thing. Saeed. So you talk to Saeed. What are you specifically asking him?
I don't know. Should we give him our list of names and see if he can inquire for us? And do our usual thing of, hey, we know your
That over
name.
there.
We're going to come see you.
Paper towels if you want. Anyways,
We've got Kenyatta,
Kenyatta,
Mariga.
Mariga, Selkirk,
Selkirk.
and Nelson.
well, you can make library use checks to find certain names.
Done.
All right, well,
Library use isn't even a rolled skill.
He said check, not spend.
oh yeah, spin. Sorry, it's a spin. Sorry.
He said check.
all right.
He
Jesus.
said check. I rolled the dice because he said check. I got a 6. Did I get it for free?
Oh my gosh, you're like
you
the
steal 1
Aaron
point.
of books.
Well, actually, I mean, from your notes, he met Kenyatta in Nairobi, not in Mombasa.
Okay.
So Mombasa is, let's see here, it is about a 15 to 18 hour train car ride.
So we're not going to send the guide there.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought it was close because his brother Tucker says he's from Nairobi.
Nothing.
You just happen to be in town.
He was
To
waiting.
get a
Nairobi and
shipment of
Mombasa
tea.
are pretty far.
Because, yeah.
Okay.
Did you get mine too, hon?
So none of our people are in the.
Well, the warehouse is.
That animal.
No, I mean the people we were.
Well, which-
Kenyatta, Mariga,
Kenyatta is in there.
Selkirk, Nelson.
Selkirk is.
Do we just need to go to Nairobi instead of hanging around here?
That is up to you guys.
Well, no, first we have to invest way too many resources in invading the warehouse tonight.
I'm blowing it up.
Yeah, most of them, though, are in Nairobi.
Yep, we're totally blowing up the warehouse.
Wow. Yeah, the Kenyatta is in Nairobi.
If anyone has
Nelson
any
is
strong
in-
feelings about not doing that, I'd be fine. But
I have strong
Nelson
feelings
is in
about not flying.
Nairobi.
I mean, also not breaking into it at night if we don't think it'd be a good ROI. But
We could always come back, right? After things have
No.
maybe died down. And
So far, there is nowhere.
Things die down when we die. That is how this game works.
Like, we actually feel like we're going to need to go to Shanghai at some point, but we're putting it off as long as possible because we've already been there.
It'll be different by the time you get there.
Hey, I got you that one thing.
Oh, you brought Angry Orchard?
Not enough for the whole class.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Next time, Will.
I knew that would be a problem.
No, it's fine.
Yes,
right before we
not
left.
saying something.
Here, Ross, you're having mine.
No, I can have some tea. But,
Too late.
All right. No, I won't say no.
Here, Melissa, you can have mine.
Hey, that's nice.
Thanks, Bill.
You're welcome.
Bribe the GM. Bribe the GM with alcohol.
Never a bad plan.
Yeah. You get a fate point, which doesn't really matter in this game. But
I carry it over to the next time I play Fate and you're running.
if you actually remember that, you can keep it.
Oh, Ross, he will. He will remember.
I know. I'll just
I'm
it
writing
will
it
entertain
down.
me, so I will allow it. All right. So, you're in Mombasa. The only lead that you have really is the warehouse and the Singh brothers.
Which is related to something that we didn't do in New York. This is wonderful.
Yeah. Well.
So is this the Sing Sing warehouse?
You lose a fate point.
Write that down.
I'll remember.
So you lose.
So will I.
So the trip to Nairobi will take 15 to 18 hours on average by train.
Because trains work out so well for us normally.
Well, yeah.
You're not allowed to go
Not
to the
like
bathroom.
boats and... yeah, for 15 to 18 hours.
You're holding it.
The thing is, you can abandon a train a lot easier than you can abandon a ship. So,
That's true.
yeah.
And yet no one ever says abandoned train.
No. Maybe they did, but we don't travel on trains enough to really realize that. You know.
Yeah.
Anyways, so at one point in library use, you can find the addresses of everybody else. You also find out there's a paper called the Nairobi Star. You find their address. It's the only newspaper in Nairobi. So that would probably be a good place to get information. They would certainly have done stories about the expedition. The people there would probably remember it. People, because the Carlyle Expedition went through Nairobi, so reporters probably talked to them. That kind of thing. What else?
do we know from...
Were you mentioning it? What were you mentioning to your guide, Saeed? What names did you want to bring up?
Well, once we figure out that no names that we know are in...
Yeah, in the other city, your guide only knows about Mombasa. He can obviously take you to the train station, but he's just waiting for you outside.
Well, cost-benefit analysis. Is it worse to potentially clue him in that we're looking for those people? Or does he potentially know something about some of them?
That's true.
I guess, we don't know if this is just some random guy or if he has a connection.
This is true. There would be I will give you this for free. You realize there's a way you could test that hypothesis. Mm-hmm. You could feed him a name and...
Oh, right, barium meal.
Yeah. Feed him some name, some bit of information, see if the cult acts on it. Set up a sting operation, basically.
Okay, so of the 4 contacts we have in Nairobi, who do we think will be the least useful?
Or, no, you could just make a name up here in Mombasa. You could, figure out somebody's name. With that point of library use, I'll give you, say, you could figure out a name of somebody.
Jack Smith.
Yeah, Jack Smith in Nairobi. Or in Mombasa, and just watch his apartment. Yeah. Just someone totally random, or just make somebody up and fake a person that you're looking for.
Okay.
It depends on how elaborate you want to do.
Miles McFake name.
Miles McFake name, but... In order for the cult to act on it, they would need some sort of credible information. So if you want to use a real random person, you could do that. Of course, there would be stability loss if that random person got killed as a result of the cult kidnapping them. You could then try and make up a fake person by using disguises, checking into rooms, using false names, asking questions.
That seems like a lot of work.
It does seem like a lot of work.
Did we start playing Night's Black Agents all of a sudden?
I have been reading a lot of stuff about Night's Black Agents recently.
Couldn't it still be a fake person but staying at a hotel, and then we could look at the hotel?
Yeah, that's what
That's
I'm
what he
saying.
said.
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
would we need to fake names for ourselves?
No.
No, we create the
we
fake
write a fake
person
name in
at
the
the
register, so they have a
Okay.
paper trail to follow.
Okay.
Well,
And then
you'd
when
have to
they
use a
torture
disguise because one of
103,
you's going to have to do
yeah.
it, and so
Nose goes.
yeah.
We're not doing that though.
Sean was with it.
I was on board.
So that's one way you could test to see if Saeed is working for the cult or not, if he's feeding them information.
Why don't I just assume that he is?
I think that's
a way.
the
That's
assumption.
that's
This is
guilty
Ross
until
here,
proven innocent.
so-
Yeah.
We could just head straight to.
Or you could just head straight to Nairobi. You ignore the warehouse, go straight to Nairobi. Book a ticket.
No, we still need to torch the warehouse.
We're gonna need to.
Straight to,
It's obviously too late in the day to catch the train yet, so we're gonna have to be here overnight. So we may
You're
as
assuming
well
the train
do
runs
some
every
B&E.
day.
Yes. Well,
it does
I'm
for the
assuming we'll
purposes
have
of
to
this
be here at
game.
least one night.
Yeah.
In which case, why wouldn't we do B&E?
Let's see here. It doesn't specify about the time. I'm just going to say it is because there's a lot of traffic between Mombasa and Nairobi, so I will say it does, actually.
Indulge him.
Yeah. There's one every day, approximately, heading on.
Well, so if we do break and enter, what is more important? Discovering what the artifact is that they're sending.
Destroying the artifact.
Well,
All of it.
I feel like getting the ledger doesn't put a lot of skin in the game, so
Right.
We could figure out what's in the package, maybe, off of the ledger without possibly dying.
right.
Assuming that we can tell what it is,
But then if we find out and it's something horrid and it gets shipped to Sydney before we can blow it up,
right.
then we have to face it in Sydney along with the big
So-
bat.
But at least
Let's just go.
we would know what it is,
Right.
even if we can't destroy it.
Which is, yeah,
Useful.
ounce of
So,
prevention.
are we all on the page here of ledger priority 1, box priority 2?
Yes.
Bingo.
Okay. Well, you've been to the warehouse, so you know what it looks like. You know what the layout is, or at least the first floor, pretty well.
And, yeah,
you've
we
looked
just-
up into the second floor because, again, it's a little bit. So, but it's a 3-story building. You don't know what's on the third floor. You know the entrances in or out. There are windows in it, but they're up high, so they're not at like head level. Obviously the docks get a little shady at night. That's 0 point streetwise to figure that out.
0 point obvious, more like.
Yeah.
Before we go, I want to get a torch and some rope.
Electric torch or torch?
I'd like to.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you can get that. That's easy. You get electric torch. Yeah, some rope.
I have a flashlight.
Do we have guns again
Yeah,
yet?
is
We
there a
should buy
safari
new
store?
guns.
You could buy guns. Yes.
That's what we
Buy
can have
the
the
new
guy
guns.
do, because since we've gone to the trouble of acquiring him, we should do something with him
Right.
so it doesn't feel too
So me and the guide and somebody will go to the safari store.
Okay. Let's see
And
here.
We can all go.
Yeah, I
It
think
I
sounds
say
like
we
a
all
fun
go
trip.
and buy
Actually,
big
the
guns.
electric torch
sexist
and
and like
the-
not let us buy things.
No, but
yeah.
they let the men buy too.
Yeah. You're also mostly white, so like it's fine. You know, they're pretty. It's pretty racist back then. So
I'll let you guys do the talking.
let's see here.
You're gonna have to trigger warning this episode for racism, Ross.
It's 1920s colonial Africa. Like if you don't go in there with your eyes open.
I know.
I will say the amount of stuff. There are some restrictions, obviously. Revolvers and automatic pistols are fine. Also, bladed weapons, machetes are obviously
Elephant gun?
Elephant gun you actually could get.
You never know.
The main restriction would
Go
We
be
big or
open
go
that
home.
crate and there's something alive.
basically, obviously, the only thing you can't really get are explosives and machine guns.
Can you carry them
Legally.
in public?
What?
Can you carry them in public?
You.
This is Mombasa in the 20s.
I mean, so-
Everybody's
a guy had a
going
sword
on
earlier,
right?
safari.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. You can. It's considered a bit gauche to like walk around like a cowboy.
Tourists!
Yeah,
We do all the gauche things.
you can. You would not be allowed in nice places, obviously.
That's probably better for the nice places.
It's definitely better for the nice places. There's no good reason for them to let in gunslingers.
I'm just imagining us kind of walking around town like the rich Texan from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would not let him in. Like, it's also, this is European colonialism, not American. So they're not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
European colonialism has a pretty strong frontier culture.
Yeah, but again, nice
Ridiculously
restaurants.
strong.
Yeah, nice.
See also
That's why it's
Congo.
legal to carry by guns as tourists.
See also South Africa.
Yeah, well, you're tourists and you're buying guns. That's pretty nice. Like,
See also
I would
East
like a
Africa.
revolver and a machete.
All right.
revolver,
like it-
machete. I'll allow each of you to get one sidearm and a bladed weapon
Okay.
for free because you've already spent. If you want a long gun and enough ammo, that will be like an elephant gun. That will be 1 point of credit
Done.
rating. And that will be a dramatically appropriate amount of ammo. If you want something else, let me know.
Question, don't bother with a rules dive if it would take that. 1, would brass knuckles be available? 2,
Yeah.
would that work on scuffling instead of weapons?
Yes, to both.
Done.
+1 damage on scuffling.
Don't you want your machete though?
So it'd be D6-1 instead of D6-2.
No,
you just
I have no
go-
points in weapons. I have
Oh,
8
okay.
points in scuffling.
Okay.
Which is good. Yeah, brass knuckles will definitely work.
Right.
If you
Do I
want
still have the sidearm even if I have the elephant gun?
yeah, I'd allow that.
Sweet. Just load me up with weapons.
You have a bit of extra cash floating around from various things,
I'm
so
about to
Is there a giant net there?
yeah, there are nets. There's all kinds of hunting equipment.
I'm buying a net.
A net with some associated equipment, so you could set it up to like trap animals would be 1 point of credit
yeah,
rating.
animals.
Do they have those sleepy darts?
There would definitely be a
Sleepy
outdoors
Tranquilizers.
tranquilizer darts.
No, they're sleepy darts. That's what we're calling them.
They do not have the technology. They aren't commercially manufactured. You could rig something up, but that would require skill tests.
No, I don't need anything.
You could
On
definitely
the
get.
other side of Africa, you could just ask a native or something, but
Oh yeah, native compounds, things like that. Yeah, certainly. It depends on where you're at. You could get a syringe with
Let it
stuff
go.
that you could jab into something. That could be something you get. So yeah, with 1 point of credit rating, you get a lot of hunting equipment, nets, ropes, cables,
Pith
stuff like that.
helmets? They better damn well be pith helmets.
There-
Those come
you
out
all get a pith
early.
helmet. That's fine.
In
You
fact,
get one
they
for
appeared
free.
on our head
They're
when we got
mandatory.
there.
All the pith helmets.
I guess I need to.
So
Achievement unlocked.
yeah. Anything else that you want to get while you're?
Tell
Yeah.
her.
Okay. Well, you probably, if you're doing a B&E job, you probably want some tools for that, like crowbars and that kind of thing. So,
Are those an expected part of a safari?
not a crowbar, no. If you want to get burglar tools, which also includes some saws and things of that nature, and some pieces of metal you could fashion into lockpicks.
Did you ever have to ditch that toolkit?
I don't know. I never erased it. But
No, oh yeah, you could have your toolkit. So you could have that.
actually,
And I'm my hairpins.
crowbars could be useful for the porters.
Yes, you can.
So if we really are pretending that we're going on safari,
Oh yeah, if you're bringing crates of shit in, yeah.
I mean, wasn't what's his name Flinders an explorer, and that's why we use the phrase "smash to Flinders"?
Yeah. So yeah, you could have a
For
crowbar.
values of
Actually,
equal to
most of your
50
things
years
would
ago.
include a crowbar too.
Okay.
Because it's probably all packed into a crate.
Right.
All your trapping equipment.
Scam the GM out of the B&E.
No, it's fine. Like I'm not like, oh, you have burglar tools. Oh God, you're
I just spent a
OP.
point of credit rating.
Yeah.
I get some stuff.
You get some stuff.
Burglar
Can I
tools.
get
We've
one
cracked
on a
open the
lighter?
Cthulhu game.
You can have a lighter, yeah.
Okay.
Lighters exist by 1925.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I'm not going to Google it right now. It's not going to be that. I know we'll get
We
angry
can make
comments.
fire.
No.
I'll
so yeah.
admit morbid curiosity, but don't let me slow you
Yeah,
down.
yeah. So, you have anything else? Oh, yeah. Also, Bill, for the gangster vest, while you're in this climate, any battle you wear, you lose 1 point of athletics for each battle you partake wearing the gangster vest through heat
It's
exhaustion.
hot.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Because it's also not exactly well ventilated either, so it doesn't breathe for some reason.
It's almost like, well, even Zippos were the Zippo company was founded in 1932.
Okay.
So I figure if we're within plus or minus 5 years,
there would have been
That's
lighters,
1925.
but they would have been much
Bigger.
larger.
yeah.
Yeah, you can have matches too. Like there definitely be matches. And again, this is the alternate reality with mythos stuff. So maybe a crazy person made a deal with a Yithian to invent the language a couple years at a time.
Not a good ROI.
I don't know, Zippo makes a lot of money. So that takes you some time to get that stuff, get it over to the hotel. There are some Americans. Well, they just assume you're American because you're
Irish.
Yeah, that too. They're just assuming you're American because you're bringing a lot of guns. It looks like you're about to go out and shoot.
Again,
Yeah.
European colonial culture has a lot of guns.
Yeah,
this
that's
is not unique to Americans at this
All right,
point.
fair enough.
Everybody has a freaking gun right now.
So it looks like you're going up for safari. So nobody's pays you any second line.
It's the best.
So you can leave the hotel
Perfect
easily, like on the pretense of going to some nightclub or something like that. But then head off to the warehouse. So what's your plan for the warehouse?
So you said that there were exterior windows into the office, correct?
Yes.
They were above head height.
Yeah, they're above head height. They're the kind
That's
of
fine. Do
Are
they
there, like,
face
two
the
people
street?
Uh,
Or are they like behind the
make
building?
an athletic check to climb up. You could jump up and hold.
No, I don't think that's what she's asking.
sorry.
No, does it face the street? Like if we do that, can people see us?
Or is it on the alley?
Yeah.
There are windows on both sides. So the office faces, and the main entrance that you went into faced the actual dock. So
On the plus side, there's not much city lighting by this point. So,
Still low. Don't take unnecessary chances.
Maybe let's get a vantage point first. See how much trouble we're creating
There
for
could be
ourselves.
guards.
Right. Or there could be an emergency attempt to move everything suspicious out of the warehouse
Right.
because they think somebody's trying
all
to do
right.
something.
Well, you don't see any
Weird.
activity indicating. So this is the main street. This is the dock area, and this is sort of like ramps leading up to that. And there's the office there. So there are windows along here and windows along here. The windows on all sides of the building.
Is that an alley on the relatively west side?
This?
Yeah.
This is actually sorry.
roughly how old is the building, Ross?
It looks a couple decades old.
Good. So there's no glass.
So what are the windows?
No, they could have
With
been
slate
retro.
panels.
Yeah, I guess so. So this is actually water. So docks, water, and then the building itself is right along the water.
So if we go around to the dockside and look around, are there a lot of people milling around, or do we see?
You actually can see there is a guy stationed in front of the main doors, holding a club.
Holding a club.
He looks like, and he has a knife tucked into his belt. It looks like he hired guards to watch things, watch the warehouse.
Should not be solely because of us.
No, this is Mombasa.
Yeah.
Well, this still sounds like it could be valuable.
So you make a streetwise spin, or you could make a sense trouble check or a stealth check to scout the building out and figure out a way in.
I'll spend 2 points on stealth and get a 6.
All right, with stealth, there is electricity along some lights. It's scattered. They also have torches. It looks like, it is a big trade city, so. So the warehouse itself is lit up a little bit along the main entrance, where the guard is stationed, and then right here on the street. So that's.
Do we know where the generator is?
You'd have to follow the power lines. That'll take you a little while, but yeah, it's probably not too far. So you could try and get power outages, but with the stealth, you realize there are two ways. So there is an alley here, a small, very narrow alley, and then another building here, which it looks totally unguarded. So you see two ways in there. One, you actually go around here towards the dock area and look around here at the edge of the pier, and you can see the building is built right along the water. If you were to swim in there, you do see handholds. You could just, if you were brave, you could try and climb up and get into a window. That would be like a 40, 50-foot climb from the water. But if you were light enough, you could do it, and it looks very dark along that edge. There's another way in that this building is about the same height as the other one. You could get in this building, which looks unguarded, and then you jump across the alley, which is very narrow. Yeah. And then jump into the other building. There are windows facing it, so you could either jump through an open window, get on the roof, and then climb through the third-story window. So those are a couple ways in that you didn't see before. It looks like there's just the one guard outside, but it's probably not the only guard in there. Actually, no, you got a 6 on your self check. You could hear voices from in there, so there's at least 2 other people in there because they're talking to each other.
People.
They sound human.
Okay.
Human.
So
I don't know what you want from me. Jesus.
I will wait outside and watch the front guard
Oh, good job.
Yeah.
forever. And I will signal if there's a problem.
What's
Or,
the signal?
I don't know, I'm working on that. Or I will distract him / attack him if things go
Hey,
badly.
sailor.
Hey.
Actually,
Point.
Yeah. So those are 2 options in there. From the next building over, or just climbing in from the water. The water would be the most physically.
now when you
demanding.
say the water,
Yeah.
do you mean like the coast? Or
It's like rock that they built.
It's a coral island. So
Yeah.
I know, but I'm
That's probably going to go horribly.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
for your feet.
Well, they put stone over it, so stone and wood. So it's
Where are
built
your
over the
shoes?
coral. So you wouldn't be climbing on coral directly.
more concerned about wildlife.
Yeah. Both.
Like sharks?
Yeah.
That's the least of
There's
it.
been enough shark punching recently. We should maybe.
I will say,
You
unless
look
you
like
roll
water
like a
snakes.
1 and fall off, and with no spins, you wouldn't. I don't think you wouldn't have to go very far. You'd be swimming like from the pier. You just slip it in the water and then climb up there. So it'd be like a 100-foot swim, if that, and then 50-foot climb
So a 16% chance of disaster.
before a point
That's pretty
spending.
reasonable.
You said if you roll 1.
And don't spend any points.
Oh, okay.
Your final
An
result
actual
is a 1.
Oh,
That would be
And
catastrophic.
what skill set were you expecting us to use?
athletics.
That would be athletics.
I have a lot of athletics.
I do too.
So that would be one way in. Of course, that would be one person in there. Of course, one person then could open up the windows entirely so somebody could jump in from the next building over. Or there are doors on the other sides of the building. Like there's a smaller door here. There are 2 double doors here. Sorry. Well, to let in
Yeah.
cargo.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. That's.
And there actually are double doors here. It looks like they put those up so they could have boats load in directly in and out of the warehouse. So,
Well, okay. Personally, I'm more inclined to go the other building route, as I have more sneaky than brawny. But if you guys want to go the waterway,
normally to jump would be athletics, but you could use stealth if you one person jumped across and set up a rope.
or I can find a freaking plank if it's that.
Oh
narrow.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could use a plank. I'd say there's a plank. Yeah,
Let's
take a
wait
plank.
until that disaster is
Okay.
occurring before we say whether or not there's a
you
plank.
guys are so. Anyways,
We've played with us before.
all right, another fate point for Bill.
Duly
Hey.
recorded.
Next up, I'll hand you Moxie points just to keep it varied.
Okay. I like Moxie, not as much as Aaron.
Aaron needs Moxie.
I have another bag. I will make one.
I thought you were using one of mine. Tom had 4 bags that he brought in. Anyway, Tom likes his popcorn, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, so what are you guys doing?
I guess we're swimming.
Is there a way, if we see someone in the office, that plane can be aborted safely?
Well, the office is here, which is the one
Somewhere else.
Go back.
here. The guard is right here. The horrible G that I made. So that's the hardest place to see. Because that's the one farthest away from the street and the docks and everything else, or that's closest to the guard. You could climb up directly, swim here instead of getting right where the office would be, but that would be close to the guard, so that would be harder. It's easier to swim, get to the middle of the building and swim up because you'd be away from the outer guard. The two people Sean heard were somewhere around here.
Okay.
So those are the two sort of protected or guarded areas.
Well, I
You
don't
could
know if
try
I
and
know.
distract.
Noise is possible.
You could try and you could do a stealth takedown of one of the guard or the guard outside. Try and lure him away and then sneak up
I'm
and.
gonna get my sleepy darts.
You don't have
Sleepy darts.
You're not knockout darts. Not really. Like I said, you could have a syringe of stuff to knock him out, or chloroform, which could kill him because it's actually really hard to knock someone out without killing them or severely hurting them, as commenters have told me on various actual episodes. So just so you guys know, there's a whole campaign where my character's ability was to turn things into other things. So I would use chloroform with reckless abandon. And then they said, no, that's really dangerous. You shouldn't do that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Alright, well, I can
Enough of
climb up and then try to open the doors.
Okay, so you're gonna swim over there and then climb up there.
Yes, I'm gonna. And these are doors, right?
Well, those are double doors. There's also windows that are smaller that you could get in there.
Okay.
If you open up the double doors, probably everyone's going to hear that. But there are
I'll go
like
through
smaller
the
windows just throughout on all 3 floors. So
Okay.
you could climb up to the first floor, the second floor, the third floor. The first floor would be the easiest to climb up to, but would be the hardest to sneak around. And then the third floor would be the hardest to climb up to, but the easier to sneak around because obviously you're farther away from the guards.
But we have no reconnaissance on the third floor.
You could, yeah, that's true. That is a difficulty. So it would be 1 athletics check to swim there, which would be easy. I'd just say like a 3 because the waters are pretty calm this time of night. Minimal tide and all that. Then the athletics check to climb up is based on what floor you're going to, and then you need a stealth check. So it'd be 3 checks altogether to get in without being detected through that route. So that's one option. The other one is going across from the other building, or taking the guards down, or just shooting them all, rushing in. And
How many checks is it to come from the other building?
from the other building, it would be 1 stealth check to get in the building of like a 2 or a 3 because it's not being guarded, and then it would be one stealth or 1 athletics check to get across from your building to the other building. Athletics to jump, stealth to use a plank.
I say we use the other building, just all of us.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, it's 3 checks for the water route, 2 checks for the building.
It is harder.
Ross,
What?
and some of your snacks.
All right, fair enough.
Crunchies.
It's probably for the best because otherwise I'll eat all of them. And
So really, we're helping you.
you really are.
That's thoughtful.
All right, so one person needs to give me a stealth check to get the group into the building, the unwatched building.
Bill?
And all of you can spend points to help Bill's roll if you want to.
Okay, I'll put.
I will spend 2 for starters.
Okay.
This is the lowest.
give you
I'll
one.
Right?
Okay, that should probably be enough, don't you think?
3 points
Three?
should do it.
I would think
Yeah,
so.
I'll save points for our next one.
6.
Total? All right, yeah. No, you find a door that is latched, but it is not well latched, and you can pop it open fairly easily, and you all sneak in there without the drunks that are nearby noticing you. So you're inside a building. It smells horrible. It's moldy and looks like this place is about to fall apart, which is why nobody's using it. Probably going to be demolished soon, so they can build something better. Well, better in that people can actually work in there without the floors falling in. That's you realize why
As
nobody.
often.
Yeah, as often.
I do this away from the mic.
All right, that is appreciated. So you realize you're on the. It's also a 3-story building. There are stairs there, but you will, as a group, have to make another stealth check or an athletics check to get through without falling through the floor, basically, because the floorboards are rotting out.
Okay, how do we feel about swapping off to athletics for this one? Since
Athletics would be more jumping from place to place as opposed to like stealthily feeling each board out and testing it and that kind of thing. So
it's a group check again.
and again, nobody's going to really notice it unless you catastrophically fail.
Okay. We can do that, because I can put points into athletics.
Okay.
I can put a lot of points into athletics if you want.
Well, do you want to do... I'll do 2 and
Well, it's a group effort. Oh, one person rolls. Everybody else can spend points on it.
Okay. How many have we got on board so far?
I'm putting in 2 points.
I'll put in 1.
That's a 3.
I'll put in 1.
All right, so plus 4.
Okay.
So make your roll in.
4 and 4.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You navigate the obstacle course quite well, and you get to the third floor. There is actually a window that lines up very nicely with one of the others, and there is a nice plank. It looks like that has been left behind. Looks like they were trying some repairs before they abandoned it. So it is not totally rotted through.
It's 2 by 12.
Yes.
Nice.
So you can lay the plank across.
Let Anne go first.
So yeah, this will be one more group stealth check to get everyone inside. Because you have to basically shimmy along the plank and get in.
All right.
I will spend 8 point tell.
Do you have your gangster vest on, Tom? Or, Bill, sorry.
Do I? I think not.
Okay.
I'll just risk this one.
So we've already got 2 points in.
I'll spend 1.
All right.
So that's 3 in.
So who's rolling?
Do you think we should get 1 more point?
If you have
Can't
stealth
hurt.
and you want to put it up.
All right, yeah. I'll put
Alright.
1 point in.
I'll roll.
Okay.
1. Sad.
5.
There's still 5.
Yeah, that good thing you did that. You barely make it. The board almost creaks and breaks as Bill's character goes across, being the physically largest. I assume you're the tallest character.
Sure, why not? Whatever.
America probably has more meat in your diet than the Irish.
Than the Irish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, just a really brawny woman.
That would be an
Okay, well, it creaked when you were going across too. When Margot was
She's
going across.
small but dense.
Yes, there you go.
like a neutron star.
The board wasn't doing too well, so you realize leaving this place, you can leave the same way as long as you're still in stealth mode, essentially. You realize, though, you
When have
cannot...
we ever left a place stealthily?
Okay, well, just so you know, if you have to leave in a hurry, the plank will not work. You have to take it slow, or it will break.
Find another plank.
Well, there are no
With
planks
blackjack
in...
and
Well,
hookers.
you can jump across. That will be an athletics check, so...
Oh. That doesn't sound like
What if we just have the American throw us across?
You could...
There we
Yeah,
go.
no, go for it.
Apparently the American is super strong.
Well, the American,
So,
Margot,
the
she'll throw us
window-
across.
The window on the other side is unlocked.
It's open, yeah. It's
Okay.
this third-story window. They didn't
Okay.
think to lock it.
That's good.
Weird.
So
They
you're on the
only
third...
call them second story men. They didn't say anything about third story.
Yeah, exactly. They were totally unprepared for this. So... Bill gets a moxie point for that. I like that.
That mostly just because I was hitting my head.
No, second story man. That's like an obscure kind of reference these days. So,
And I am racking up the points for games that we're not playing.
I almost want to play these games and see what happens when Bill has all these extra pools.
so you can see on the third floor, it's actually kind of empty. There's a few objects there right now.
Oh my gosh, we should run. One of us should run Think Before Asking for this group. It would be awesome.
Oh wow, that would be amazing. It's an eclipse phase scenario, which is a sci-fi game, which is totally off topic.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Next time on RPPR.
Yeah.
Off-topic discussion. This is not up to quality standards, Ross.
Yeah, exactly. So the third floor does not have much on it. You do see some statuary. They're
What's
traditional.
the statuary of?
Don't look.
If you have a cult, it's not
no, wait, it's your job to
we're
look.
not. This is not a total party kill. There are. It's traditional African topics. Do you have a cult or anthropology or anything that would identify African art?
Nope.
All right. Yeah.
I have
no.
a cult.
I do have oral history. Would that work?
No.
You're not going around asking people what the statues are.
There's
would blow
also
our
masks.
covers.
There's also masks.
Of Nyarlathotep?
No, wooden masks, like just like traditional, not
I love how he
non.
tries to play the straight man with this. We're all just...
So anyway, I have a cult.
Yeah. You can tell some of it is traditionally meant to have occult purposes. Like there are fly whisks there that are heavily
Fly whisks?
Yeah,
What does that
to
mean?
keep fly. Like they're little things you use to whip flies away from you.
I thought you
things
were
that look
like
like a horse
whisking
tail?
flies.
No, it's called a fly whisk. So you can Google it. But it's ornamental. You know, a lot of medicine men and shaman types use them as for protective magic. Not self-flagellating, but it's African magic. So, but these are the kind of things that they would sell to tourists and people wanting private collectors, that kind of thing. Nothing too interesting on the third floor. The third floor is mostly empty. It looks like they haven't. This is obviously the overflow area, and they haven't really used it that much. The second floor, you can go down to the second floor without worry, because you can look down on the main floor of the warehouse from where you are, because the third, it's not like a total floor. Like they just, part of it is open air or open space, and part of it is just these platforms raised up.
Can we see the guards below?
Yes, there are 3 in there, and they're talking and rolling dice. Looks like they're gambling or just whiling away the hours. They're talking in Arabic.
Flowers.
Confirmed with the rain?
The what? Yeah, sorry. And you know enough Arabic to hear. You hear something like, "Is it when? How much longer? Wait, is it my turn? It's not my turn to go out out there or yet, is it? No, I have another hour. Yeah. So clearly they have rotating who stands outside and who's inside. But they are obviously unaware of you. They all have knives or clubs handy. So they
Like they do.
yeah, like they do. Well, no guns. You don't see any guns. Yeah, no. Gunshots won't be,
Docks.
Yeah. You haven't heard any gunshots, and it is relatively quiet. They would be heard. You don't know what effect they would have, but they would be heard.
Can I pick up a
This is not
silencer?
payday. The pace. The police don't come in 20 seconds.
This is true. There's no elemental plane of police.
Although apparently customs agents respond very quickly to fraudulent.
Well, and it's at the docks. Like, it's not like they have an office. Oh, wait, they have an office right there at the docks.
No, apparently they didn't, remember?
Right, well, that's true.
Right into his cutting trap, Ross.
Well, they have custom agents floating about. Anyways, so you can get down to the second floor. The crates you were looking at are on the first floor. But you could spend time searching the other crates to see what they're...
Ledger first.
Well, that's on the first floor. That's the office. And that is right by the guards. So again, you're right about here up on the third floor. The guards are right there on the first floor. The office is right there on
Where's
the
the
first floor.
crates that I looked at?
They are right here.
How many crates are between that and the guards?
I will say there is one crate. You could use this cover to look at it, but the opening of the crate would be kind of a problem because it's a sealed crate.
And apparently there were things stacked on top of it.
And there were things stacked on top of it, but there are sides facing you. So, I mean, you could crouch behind one crate, and then you silently use a crowbar to pull the nails out and then open up a side panel. You wouldn't be able to seal it back up because you can't really hammer that back in, but you could look inside without the guards noticing. Or you could, try and take down all the guards at once without noticing them, or without them raising an alarm.
Well, there's 4 of us and 3 of them.
Yeah. Plus the guy outside.
So 4 and 4.
Yeah.
But we have the element of surprise.
You do.
I have an elephant gun.
Yeah. Stealthy. Yeah, did you take your long gun with you?
No.
I was going to say, that would
What if we just surprise them, have our weapons on them, tell them not to talk, tie them up and gag them, so we don't kill them?
If you have Intimidate, that would probably work, and you have a translator.
I think between us we have a point.
Of course, they would recognize you.
Wait,
From
how?
earlier?
Well, they recognize your face to be able to describe
I
you.
shaved my head and my beard.
Yeah.
Well, let's not blow that cover too soon.
Well, let's see. You have a Chinese woman, 2 white guys, and a white woman. How many parties that meet that description?
I know. We put on the African mask.
Actually, several. Given the time period.
Okay,
Yeah,
idea.
yeah, that's a.
Yeah,
We're going to put on the African
They're
mask.
probably not going to pay much attention to the color of our hands in the warehouse in the
Whatever.
dark.
We could have gloves
Or
on. The ladies would
Make a
certainly
preparedness
have
check. You can have gloves.
Okay.
Like,
Or our
do we need to
badge.
make those separately?
No,
Or
it'd be
is this
one for the group.
reasonable? There were no gloves in the burglar's kit.
It was tools. Fingerprinting wasn't really that popular back then.
Some masks
Okay.
actually come with extra accessories.
Yeah, well, these are these.
So it'll be preparedness to see if they stock the warehouse
Is it a
with
group
that
roll?
kind of mask.
It's a group one roll for the entire group.
Can anyone
I'll
else
drop you a
add?
point.
Sure.
I'll add one. So we have 2?
Yeah, if you want to payday it with African tribal masks,
Okay,
go for
so
it.
3.
I would play
So
that.
7.
Yeah, no, you
We
have
all
the
have
gloves. So you
We
put
are
the
covered
masks
head to
on, and yeah, you're now the payday gang. So yeah, you can go up there and tell them to not make a sound, but that would be first a stealth check to get in position, surround them with guns, and then somebody would have to make an intimidate spin.
All right.
Can intimidate.
So can I.
Question.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Well, you're the
Are
one who
these
speaks the
African
language.
guards or
Oh, yeah,
Arabic
yeah.
guards?
They 2 of them
both.
are African, and one is Arabic. The guy outside is Arabic. They're all speaking Arabic, though.
No, yeah, that's a given. It's East Africa. But
Yeah,
What? Anyway.
Trade language.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I'm trying to think if there's some way that we could like spin it to where
I think we've got it. At the
How
point
about
at which an equal more of us than there are of them advance on them with guns.
And they have no guns.
true.
Like, if they had guns, it might be different, but they don't.
Well, also just you guys, especially you veterans, can kind of sense like these guys aren't cultists. Like
No.
they're not praising the bloody tongue.
They're playing dice.
Yeah, they're playing
The
dice.
guys aren't weirdly glazed over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're probably
I
not willing to die to protect a warehouse.
I'll spend 2 points of stealth. Anybody else want to help with that?
I can put a
last
point
point.
in.
Hold it then.
Yeah. I
Okay,
think that's
3
right.
is good. To make 8.
All right, yeah, no, you're all in position.
Okay, so Anne's going to do the talking because she knows the language.
Talking
You
through
give the
mask.
signal. Yeah, through the mask. That's fine. It'll be scary and
All
muffly.
right, and you all step out at the same time, well choreographed. Guns drawn. What do you say to them?
Booga booga.
Surrender your weapons.
Okay, they stop. They stop rolling. They shove the dice toward you.
Like the dice.
Yeah,
They have clubs and knives.
they have clubs and knives. They're not holding them. They're by
Have
their
they been
sides.
drinking?
There is a bottle with them. Yeah.
What's in the bottle? Or what?
You don't need
what
the bottle.
was in the bottle?
It looks. It's a clear, some sort of grain alcohol. I don't know what.
If you surrender yourselves to us now, you will not be harmed.
We surrender. Do not kill us.
Okay, so
Got
we'll
your
go tie him
rope?
up.
Yeah.
Oh, who's going to time up?
I will.
Okay.
We hold our guns on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And gag them.
One at a time.
Okay.
Yep.
Hands, gag,
Hands,
full body.
hands, ankle, gag.
Okay. You do so.
Not full.
So you got
hog tie,
3.
that'd Just be mean.
Hog tie, but
All right. There's
Just
one
so they
guy
can't
out.
run away.
yeah.
It takes about 3 minutes to do that. 3 to 5 minutes to do
Okay.
that. There's one guy outside.
Yep.
Well, we had, what, a little less
Wait.
than an hour?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's just put a person on either side of the door there and just get the drop on him as soon as he comes in.
Okay.
All right.
I'll stay at the door. Anne should go into the office because she can read the language.
Yeah.
everything in
And I'll go in. So you two.
Are you going to make a
You have it
sound to
done.
lure him in, or you're just
Door.
going to be silent until he comes in? Like, the thing is, he's
No,
outside.
we're not going to lure him in. We're
Okay.
just going to stay there in
All right.
case he decides to come in.
All right, so you have to be
Eventually,
quiet
he's going to
until.
wonder where everybody is.
Yeah.
Well, eventually the shit
No,
will be over.
eventually,
and
yeah. We're not doing anything until we have them all neutralized.
Exactly.
Okay.
We'll put 2 people on the door.
And just wait.
We'll wait.
All right.
The most it can be is an hour, and we actually know it's going to be less than that.
All right. This will be a sense trouble to get the timing just perfect. This will be a group effort.
Then I'll be on the door.
Okay.
I can add 1 to sense trouble.
I'll spend 2.
I can
Okay.
add one too.
All right. You just have to get the timing just right. To...
Oh, so how many was that? That was like 5. So we
Yeah,
have
so 7.
All right.
And I
He
guess my
walks in.
2 go into an overspin pool,
Okay.
which I'll use on scuffling.
Okay. All right. You grab him.
Yeah.
And yeah, roll.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and add 2 more. Why not?
Okay.
For 10.
Okay. You've invented jujitsu. Great job. You've reverse engineered it. You grab him. He's helpless. You easily tie him up. He doesn't say a word.
Okay.
He barely sees your masks, let alone anything else. All right. You have control of the warehouse. It took about. You had to wait half an hour for that for him to step in.
Okay.
to the office.
Yeah.
All right. So the office, you find the ledger. No roll there.
God.
The safe is closed. So you point a locksmithing to open it.
Okay, done.
All right. You just listen to the tumblers. Oh, there it is. Pops open. All right. So inside you see there's cash: U.S., British, Egyptian pounds, Indian rupees, some invoices, some granulated sugar. Desiccant against the humidity, and you see there is another ledger. You look at it, you realize this is the real one. That
Weird.
So the real one, you realize actually the one that was left in the office is the one for the customs official, which he actually took out and left there. The one you're looking at in the middle of the day was the real one. He just didn't expect your company, that's why he had it out. But anyways, it has it'll take you some time to decipher it, but you have the clue. So, and you also get a point of credit rating for the group from the cash that you're liberating from this guy.
Liberating.
Yeah. So one person can who's all right.
I'll be the cash custodian.
All right. So you get a point of credit rating back. Good job.
Then that will make it look like we're maybe just normal robbers. And not, hopefully.
Well, so far you haven't seen any evidence that he's of any cult business so far. Except
So we do have control of the warehouse. We could look in the crate.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna look
I'm
at the
down for that.
All right. You open up the crate. It's interesting. It's not artifacts or art or anything like that. It's actually some sort of strange brass machinery that you
There's a
don't.
sticker for that too, but I'm going to leave it lie.
Yes, you do not recognize it as anybody of physics.
Yes, there's a physicist in our group.
Well, you don't recognize what this would be used for. But it's
a cult?
Definitely not a cult.
It's
It's advanced scientific.
How big is it?
There's 3 crates worth of it, and so each crate is at least
really weird.
4 feet on the side. So there's a lot of it, and it's obviously broken up into component parts.
Is there any
What
part of
about-
it that we could take?
You can take any number of parts.
But that's more of a trail because he was interested in looking at it. So
Well, but then at least it's not useful.
can
take
I
pieces.
force it with chemistry?
These were precisely engineered. They were obviously. You actually do see stamped. This looks like it was made in London, and then shipped here and then heading to Australia. So it looks like this was just a midway point for it.
Who made it in London?
It doesn't say. You can only tell from chemistry. You can tell the kind of methods that they would use to make it. It's more advanced than anything in any industry,
Okay.
and not in Kenya would be able to produce. It's
Okay.
cutting edge, actually.
So on later reflection, I'll want to see. Oh wait, there were invoices, which I took.
That'll be part of the ledger. You'll
Yeah.
have to spend time.
So
to
okay,
do paperwork.
We can still acquire this clue later,
Yeah.
probably. Okay.
So are we just gonna leave it? We're not gonna take anything,
Mangle it,
destroy
destroy
anything.
it, blow it up,
Noisy.
boil it, mash it, stick it in a stew.
Well, if we could just take a piece of it.
Or if we could figure out a way to subtly sabotage it so it just blows up when they use it.
Or we just take a piece of it. So it's
Well, you
not-
don't know what it is. You don't.
Yeah.
Would explosive spins make it to where we can actually have it blow up when they open it in
With
Australia?
what?
I just rig it so that it explodes.
You don't know what it does.
This is like
well, like
No,
in the
no,
box is what
to the
it's saying.
crate.
There's to the crate with what? Like you need explosives to actually try that.
And you
The
don't
machine
have
itself,
explosives.
it seems to be inert. It seems to be powered by
I'm sure there's
electricity.
something in this warehouse. It's an import-export.
You could spend the rest of the night.
Can I make a preparedness check to say that I have explosive materials?
You could try. How many points are you spending? None. Okay.
1. It's 2.
Yeah,
I
no.
only had 1 point left.
Yeah, no, you do not. You don't know what this does. It looks like it's powered by electricity. You could tell that much.
Oh,
Still think we should just
In
take
that
a piece of
case-
it.
wait, yeah.
Wait, what?
Couldn't we just, like, I don't know. If it's powered by electricity, then
There's plugins and
Yeah.
cables and there's dials.
why not just short it? Short it into the Yeah, can I spend mechanical repair to short the current, to short the circuit into the machine?
Using the I did say there was some electricity nearby. You'd have to go outside. There's
No.
Okay.
I'm
Messing with the
rewiring
wiring.
it.
Okay.
I'm grounding it I'm ungrounding it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah.
when they plug it in, it
Sure.
electrifies the entire machine. Okay. I'll spend both of my points in mechanical repair for a 4.
Okay. You think you did?
Well,
You don't know.
Okay.
I still think we should take a piece of it.
A 4 passes a nominal difficulty, so unless it's just extremely
Well, it would be.
difficult,
You do know it's going to be. The thing is, you don't
it's
know
more
understand
about
what it does.
knowing what it does or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the very least, I've inconvenienced them, so there's
Yeah,
that.
certainly they would have to repair anything.
Yeah.
In the worst case scenario.
So it's going to slow them down.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the problem is the guards will probably tell them that we interfered with it.
Well, I assume you blindfolded them, so they know you're messing with a crate, but they don't know which one.
And we could also just nail the crate shut again because
Well, I
we
was
don't have to
hoping
worry
for
about
that,
people
yeah.
coming back. So
Point.
Okay.
Okay. Nail crate shut, and then extract.
All right. One stealth check to extract the group.
Okay. Do we feel like being kind and maybe starting to loosen one guard's arm bonds to where it'll take him a long time to get loose? But
Someone will be here in the
he can
morning.
at least do it. I know, but that's a long time.
Well, that's your choice.
we could
The
also
longer
leave them
they're
with some
there,
money.
the easier it is for us
That's
to
true.
get.
For your troubles.
Okay.
We did just, acquire a whole bunch of money.
Okay.
I'm not going
Probably
to spend,
spare some.
yeah.
I mean, we can
a lot,
unblindfold
but,
them, but
Excuse me.
They could just sleep it off. Oh. Nah.
Get more liquor pouring down their throats?
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
that would
Way
go
too much
so
work.
We're just
Way
gonna
too
leave them
much
there.
work.
All right, you leave
there
them
for a
there.
sec, I forgot they were blindfolded and thought they were unconscious. In
Yeah,
which
no.
case, we could just go the old rummy route,
Yeah.
soak them down. But no, cannot be done.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, they're going to know that someone was here because the safe was open, and the guard certainly couldn't open the safe. And they'll know the safe was open even if you close it again because everything inside of it is gone.
Weird.
Yeah.
We're not.
Unless we
following our
make forgeries of all the pieces.
No.
There's no preparedness check for that. There's no. The preparedness check DC is no. That's
Okay,
what
we're
it is.
leaving
Okay,
now.
I'll spend 3 points of stealth on extraction.
All right, make it roll.
Anybody else want to got anything to
would
kick
say
on that?
I can give you one.
Okay.
So that's 4 total on.
All right.
For
10.
Yeah, no, you are the knights.
All right. Let's go to a
slice
different
the night.
hotel.
Yeah.
You show up. Well, if you go to a different hotel, you're gonna have to all your shit's back at Castle Hotel. So
Why can't we go back to Castle Hotel?
We got a whole bunch of money. We can just buy new guns.
Well, no, we can
that took hours.
we can figure out a way to get it in the morning, but they're going to be looking for us, and that's
For tonight, we don't want to be followed back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We've still got the room, whether we're there
Yeah.
or not.
Okay, it would be another point of credit rating to get another room at the middle of the night at a nice place, or it would be 0 if you want to risk it at a really shitty place.
Yeah, let's flop house and just sleep in shifts.
Okay, all right. Give me a sense of trouble for the group for the making sure you're
I'll throw
the
one
paranoia
in there. Okay.
of being in a flop house at night and like, oh god, did we get away? Did anyone see us?
Yep. Okay. I'll spend 1. So that's +2.
Okay.
16% chance of failure.
That's pretty rough.
That's what it is. It's
What?
3.
All right, everyone, give me stability checks. Paranoia racks you. None of you can sleep.
2.
I don't know. 1.
2.
6. I'm fine. I sleep like the dead.
She sleeps like a baby.
You're the one
Everyone else.
I've seen worse.
Everyone else loses a point of stability as you are plagued. It went too smoothly. It went too well. Like
Can't
success is your greatest enemy, so you can't possibly.
Love it.
Because
But
we
you
don't know it very well.
Yeah, exactly. So
No one almost died.
no one almost
You're
died. You overpowered 4 guards armed with clubs and knives and broke into a warehouse.
Not a shot was fired.
And it couldn't possibly go. Nobody screamed. Nothing was on fire. It was weird.
I said some things.
By the by,
Yeah.
we did pull the plank back after us.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You mean the plank that was destroyed?
No,
remember
we didn't have to exit
Why don't you
eastward.
just shove it back in the
It was almost
building?
destroyed, but it didn't. Like it.
No, we went back through the other building.
Oh, okay, I see what
Yeah,
you're
So
because
we pulled
you were
it
still in
out
stealth
for
mode,
us.
so you
Yeah,
could take your time.
I got it.
Excuse me, but the
So
plank
yes,
was
it's
already
in the
there.
original.
The plank was in the abandoned
In the
building,
original building.
which
Yeah.
is where we're pulling
They didn't.
it back.
They didn't leave the plank between the two buildings.
Right.
Out there. They may have had crappy security, but it wasn't that bad. Like,
I mean, granted, all I'm doing is,
Yeah.
turning this into a slightly more locked room
Yeah.
mystery. Not very locked, but yeah.
well,
Well, and it also leaves open the possibility if we need to get back in, same route.
so I assume all of you wake up at the ass crack of dawn.
Yeah.
Head to Castle Hotel, grab your shit, and hit the first train.
No, we hire someone to get our
Okay.
shit from the Castle Hotel and bring it to the train.
All right, you do so. So
Right?
Yeah.
the Ugandan Railway is what you will have to use. You can go for 0 points if you want to go with the poor whites, or you can spend a point to get everyone there in a. Let's see here. Everything is on this line. Seating is by class and color. The flat car directly behind the locomotive and its tender is left for baggage, light freight, and native people. The third class car is mostly left for browns people, Indians, Arabs, and better off blacks. Poor whites of no status can ride more cheaply there. The last car, the one furthest from the smoky, smelly engine, is reserved for whites and wealthy Arabs, Hindus, and Chinese. So so you can spend a point to go there, or you can go in the third car for third class brown car with row seating for
Free.
Yeah, basically, with all your loose
You don't
change.
need to ride in style.
It is.
I don't know. It might be nice after last night.
If you do that, you will have a chance to recover points because you actually get to sleep.
Let's do that then.
Otherwise, it is no. All right, so 1 point for the group.
I can do it.
Well,
like
we
that.
just got the group.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That one's non-replenishable. We should wait until we're tapped sometime.
Yeah. Let's see here.
So between the sleep and the train ride, unless something's going to happen on the train ride, I'll shut up.
What do we replenish, in other words?
I'm actually going to change this because, you guys already. There was supposed to be a thing that happens on the train, but I'll save that because you already had a train fight, and I don't want this to be train fight the campaign.
Nothing happened on the train all the way across the United States.
Ticket to ride Cthulhu.
That was because you hadn't angered the cult of Nyarlathotep yet. So
We have now.
yeah, you have now. So I will say yes. You can have a physical refresh. You get to refresh all your physical abilities.
That is stealth physical?
Yes.
Neat.
Anything.
Sense trouble?
Sense trouble is not physical. It is basically you're resting your muscles. Athletics, stealth, weapon stuff.
All
Nobody
those things that we usually use so much of.
Yeah.
We didn't this time.
Yeah, it's so weird.
You can also spend the time to make a refresh using a contact rating if you want to write a letter to them that will be mailed to Nairobi as you're thinking about reflecting
I'll do
so that will refresh up to 3 points of stability.
Done.
Lost one.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's not much else. There's nothing really you can do for investigative. Yeah, so far you're going fine. So, let's see here. You spend your time reading the ledger. It is in Hindustani, which is in terrible handwriting in Hindustani, so it's hard to read. But
So Margot and I work our way
Do you have
through it.
Do you have any open languages left?
Oh, no,
I
she had
have one,
Arabic.
like-
Yeah,
so-
Arabic.
Free.
Well, there is also another popular language here, Swahili. It will probably be and there's a couple other native languages here that you might want to have some slots for. So Hindustani could work fine.
Yeah.
There are uses for it, so it's up to you what you want to have that used for.
It's fine.
We could also. Couldn't we have someone interpret for us? Someone who doesn't really know what this is?
Well, anyways, with an accounting spend,
Paper trail.
you have accounting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can spend
Also
that point of
bring
accounting,
in a cell
and you can get it out without knowing the language because addresses
Okay.
are addresses.
Yeah.
And let's see here. You find that there are shipments to Ho Fung Imports in Shanghai, the Pinhu Foundation in London,
A man named Omar Shakti in Egypt.
He's got to die.
When we go to Cairo.
Silas in Kwan, care of Emerson Imports in New York, which would be the Juju House. And then Randolph Shipping Company, which they have 2 addresses in Australia, Port Hedland and Darwin. There's also many entries for Thakur Singh in Nairobi. So,
Who will be watching out for us? Weird.
So yeah. It looks like this guy was involved. I mean, there's too many addresses there to be coincidental. So that was a good thing to hit.
Once is random. This is coincidence. 3 times is enemy action.
Fair enough. Nairobi, as you arrive, after your refreshing, leisurely train ride.
Who's watching us as we listen train?
No, you make a sense trouble check.
I'm a little tapped.
I'm just making it flat, and I get a 1.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
I'll
roll
roll.
with no spend.
Sure.
I'll spend 1. I got a 4.
No one, as far as you can tell.
So unless it was extraordinarily difficult, no one. He's just trying to instill paranoia. Good job. I don't really think we need any at this point.
Yes, the journey takes 15 to 18 hours after climbing out of a narrow coastal belt of open forest and dense brush. You see the wide plains of Africa. It is still hot but less human. You can see farms, but
less human.
less human.
Oh, okay.
Is still hot but less human. Though farms can be found, exotic animal life is much in evidence. You see elephants, rhinos, giraffes, lions, hyenas, herds of various herbivores, and so on. All seen at one time or another along your trip. The land is gentle and rolling, broken occasionally by precipitous ravines and canyons. Dry grass spreads everywhere, interrupted by thorn and baobab trees.
0-point photography.
Make stability checks. They look like they're young. You not in rainy season, so that's probably good for you.
Vis-a-vis Dark Young.
Yeah. The line climbs steadily. Halfway along, a great snow-capped peak can be seen to the west. Mount Kilimanjaro looms high in the sky, although it is 50 miles distant.
I miss the rains down here.
You're funny.
You can see more glints of great white mountains, maybe seen far off to the north. Before them is Nairobi. Beyond that, beside them lies the Aberdeen Forest, and beyond that, who knows? The final site of the Carlyle Expedition.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes. Nairobi itself is a new colonial town of about 8,000 people. This is general information that you've gotten from library use and whatnot. Just beyond it rise Mount Kinangop and the beautiful Aberdeen Range. Mount Kenya soars a little further north and east. The town was founded in 1900 as a railway siding before the mountains. The last spot where locomotives could shunt. It is at an elevation of more than 6,000 feet. The region is relatively cool and dry, so no more. Actually, you don't have to worry about the gangster rest anymore. The view superb, the water adequate, and the soil excellent for farming. Europeans sweltering in Mombasa quickly noticed these advantages, and settlement began. So, anyways, so as you arrive. You can also see outside of the city, as you're pulling in the outside, you can see many plantations and smaller villages and towns for the natives. You also know, just some more general information, Nairobi English is generally spoken inside the city. Outside of Nairobi and a few other towns, most of the natives speak little or no English. The common language of East Africa is Swahili. Arabic is also spoken quite a bit. It is... They're also, every tribal grouping has their own language, including the Kikuyu, the Nandi, and the Maasai. But yeah, if you can speak Swahili and Arabic, you will have no difficulty being understood anywhere. As you pull in, you can see... the city before you. I assume you had time to figure out what your plan is, so you guys can talk about what you want to hit first. Because here are all your contacts, and the people you want to talk to, and all that kind of good stuff. So you guys talk about it.
Shoot Sing.
We're going to have to wait until our heat goes down a little on that one. I don't know.
Excuse me.
I mean, I feel like almost any of them. I mean, we'll probably want to speak to each person at some point.
Yeah. I mean, more generally, I guess we're trying to find out what the mountain is so we can fail to avoid it.
I'm betting it's the
Not kidding.
Kenyagoth.
Nah. Might not be. It might not.
Maybe it's Kilimanjaro.
Wasn't that quite a ways back?
Oh.
Well, listeners, to avoid dead air, here we go again. Mombasa.
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 Mombasa. Mombasa, Mombasa, Mombasa.
Is that what you guys are called?
Yes.
Yeah.
One. All right.
We don't really have a plan, but we did say Mombasa.
Great podcasting.
Hey, it's better than dead air.
Let's see here.
right?
Yeah, I know. Let's see. You could try and track down Mr. Kenyatta, John Scott
Yeah,
Kenyatta.
Basically, we didn't discuss it because it's like, well, we have 4 named contacts. We're
Yep.
just going to go at them in some kind of order. So-
Well, what order? And you could do some research to find out more about them.
all right.
Or we just shoot him.
Let's not show
Yeah,
it
that's
right
productive.
Let's
Anyways,
somebody with
you could find Singh's tea shop. He did say he had one in Nairobi.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
I feel like we should go there first before he hears from his brother. Like, we beat the news because it's like 18 hours away.
I don't
What are we
actually
gonna
know
tell
this,
them?
but telegraphs move a lot faster than
It's only going to get worse the longer we wait, though.
more disguises.
Okay.
We both have disguise points. I don't know what you guys are going to do,
I
but
got
I've
plenty.
got disguise.
Shoot him.
You can disguise as a group if you want to. If you're all hanging out waiting for the makeup.
I just don't know what we would.
besides,
talk to
we
Singh
met
about.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Mombasa.
I realize that, but why?
So
wait
you're
for
saying
him?
we should knock the place off before he gets back? That's a great idea.
I'm saying that we shouldn't wait for him to come and find us.
He probably rode the train back with us from Mombasa.
You guys didn't really say anything about searching the rest of the train, so yeah.
He probably
Could
rode
have
from
happened.
It could have happened. It could have-
Although, if he's running an import-export business, he's probably pretty well-to-do, in which case he could foreseeably have been riding in the same
Well, you
car.
didn't see him in the car that you were in.
Okay.
He might have been wanting to save money. I don't know.
Or lie low, because he had an encounter
Something
with
weird happened.
Weird.
So that's up to you. But yeah, you can get a hotel fairly easily. There are...
Let's go ahead and get another one in reserve.
Let's see.
With fake names of both.
Oh, yeah, that's a given. The important part is different members of the party are making the reservations.
Yes.
Let's see here. Locations, Mombasa, blah, blah, blah. Because they have all of this. Hotels, they actually do. The
Wait.
Norfolk. The
It's-
Norfolk is good. Or the New Stanley Hotel or Hampton House are all good
From
hotels.
whence we derive Hampton Inn, I'm sure.
Yeah. So which hotel do you want to try? The finest is the Norfolk. New Stanley sits in the center of town. That was well regarded. Doesn't quite. It lacks the society cachet of the Norfolk. Or you could do the Hampton House, which is a small but homey establishment.
Hamptons.
Sure.
All right.
We're gonna die.
Exactly. So I want to be somewhere that feels
This is
homey.
actually where Jackson Elias stayed when he was in.
Oh, no, there's an evidence trail. We need these glass.
Okay.
I like the sound of the centrally located one.
All right.
I like that
New
one, too.
Stanley. The New Stanley Hotel. It is.
Besides, nothing bad ever comes to the name Stanley.
All right. So
They do have those nice.
you get there.
No.
You set up.
I thought that was
You
Cleveland.
let's see here.
You're a terrible person.
Let's see.
That's right, Ross. Just move on.
Yeah, no, basically. I wasn't even paying attention. So, yeah, you could visit the Hampton House and see if the proprietor remembers him.
That could be worthwhile.
Yeah. So, what do you guys want to do? Like, In terms, do you want to deal more with a potential threat that Mr. Singh represents, or do you want to deal more?
The thing about seeing it, I'm not sure exactly what's the objective there.
Kill him.
The objective is to make sure that he doesn't.
You can make an
after
occult.
us.
I would allow an occult check or an anthropology check to give you some more information
About Singh.
about why you would want to visit his tea shop.
Spend?
Yeah, spend.
What about an oral history spin?
You'd have to talk
That's
to somebody.
wandering around talking to people.
I know, but I'm wondering if there's someone I can talk to about it.
Plenty of people you can talk to. You could go to a bar and use that to get information about the Carlyle Expedition.
Yes, the good old tavern.
Like the Norfolk has a very good bar that is actually people recommend it to you.
Problem is,
That's
no
where
one's going
people
to talk to me.
hobnob and hang out. It's the place to be seen, to be seen and to see other people.
Unless you're not white.
Yeah, that's true. They
not
would probably
gonna-
let you because you're wealthy and exotic.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that they would give me information.
I would allow oral history to use that.
Okay.
Because, gossip about the Carlyle Expedition is gossip. It's not like they're guarded secrets or
Right.
anything.
All right, I'll spin the occult for.
All right, with occult, you realize if your working hypothesis is that he is a cultist, correct? If he works in the tea shop, he probably lives there. If he's a small business owner, if
we
he
can
lives
steal
there,
his mirror.
you do have driver. He would. A cultist has to leave some evidence behind. He cannot be perfectly traceless. He would have an altar. He would have some sort of sign that he was, a worshiper of the bloody tongue.
Instead of tea in the jars, you find salts.
Yeah, that would be something along that line.
that's
So you could find
awesome.
evidence if he is a cultist or not.
Point.
And you could potentially find more mystical artifacts to hang on to, not know what to do with.
Yep.
We can put them all together and build a super weapon.
Yeah, no, that's
That
totally how that
went
works.
horribly.
Congratulations, that's how it works out. If you get all of them, you get a super weapon.
Achievement unlocked.
Yes. Unfortunately, the weapon is designed to destroy your sanity. It's
But at least we
anti-sanity
still
weapon.
have our bodies.
Yeah, so that is a valid thing. So, or you could focus on an investigation, on figuring out what happened to the Carlyle Expedition. Where's the Mountain of the Black Wind?
Sure. That could be worthwhile.
there's
I mean, if we want to dig into
There's several mountains nearby. Which one is it? You know?
Right. And you did mention a newspaper here, so
Yes.
library would also cover, going back through newspaper archives.
Okay, so if you guys want to do library, I'll do oral history. I'll go to the Norfolk.
I'll do library.
Is that the
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
And I will chat people up there. I'll spend
I'll
my
go with
point.
her in case she runs into language. Do you have
Okay.
any languages left?
No.
Okay.
All right, that's a good idea.
Okay.
You could talk to some of the.
Yeah, I spend oral history and ask questions about the expedition and also about the mountain and see if anybody
Okay.
knows the gossip about which mountain it is.
No one knows. None of the people there know what the Mountain of the Black Wind is. I've never heard the term.
Okay.
You realize it's something. Obviously, the natives would talk about. Not they would tell the
Tourists.
Furners.
Yeah, Furners. You do get a lot about the Carlyle Expedition, though. You find out. You talk to this one person who hosted a tea for them once. And
lovely.
Yes, they were just rather strange. I was so. I'll just say. What'd be a good name for her? I want to. Let's see here. Or give me a European. We're just sounding like a matronly type name.
Sophia.
Sophia. All right, Sophia is a widower. Widow, sorry.
Widow?
Yeah, sorry. Widow, sorry. Who hosts many society events, and she tells you she had them over for tea once before they left. And it was just, it was a rather strange, it was just an odd turn of events. I thought, expeditions, and they'd be healthy, and they'd be out, very wanting to go out on adventures, but they were rather strange and rather unhealthy. Habaitha, poor dear, was sick some of the time, indisposed in the mornings, I think. Yes, Carlyle himself, I scarcely saw. Quite a nervous young man. And he was a bit drunk. I think he liked his whiskey. And Sir Aubrey, although very, very attractive, very, very strong, he was very healthy, had dealings with people not all of his station. I seem to recall he was talking to, who was it? It was an Indian, a tea merchant, I think, because I've seen him before. I bought tea from him. I can't remember his name. Oh, I can't tell those names before.
Possibly sing?
That sounds right, yes. A tea peddler. He's still in Nairobi. I don't know what he would talk about. I guess he was buying tea. I wouldn't know. But it's... Why would Sir Aubrey had servants? Why would he talk with him himself? It was very odd. And the doctor... Huston, something. He was very aloof. They had some other people with them, but I can't remember much about him. Carlyle had a bodyguard. He was very, very, very sullen. Didn't say much. So you get that out of him.
Did they have an African woman with them when you met them?
Oh, I wouldn't know. They wouldn't bring the servants in. That would be rude.
No, actually, not a servant, but a companion. I know. It's inconceivable. But she was a wealthy woman.
African wealthy? What is this?
It does happen
Does not
occasionally.
compute.
The British woman has a complete
You're the second
total
person.
meltdown.
You're the second person who's mentioned that. Mr. Jackson Elias mentioned that as well. He was asking around about this some time ago. You should talk to Roger Corridon. Government House, or Captain Montgomery of the African Rifles. They might know more about the... I think they talked to the expedition about practical matters. They mentioned that at tea.
What was the second name?
Captain Montgomery?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, you get that information out of them, and she is quite, again, just... have wealthy Africans. Anyway, her mind was blown. So yeah,
I'm
Bill?
gonna casually encase the tea house.
Okay.
Casually kiss the tea house.
Yeah,
Lean up against a telephone pole and smoke something. Pretty much.
Let's
Gonna
see.
walk by a couple of times, give it the side eye.
It's actually on a prominent street. It is Biashara Street. It is a small clapboard frame building topped by a tin cupola, and it looks like it is fairly popular. You see people going in and out. It is well maintained. Looks like business is good.
Is the owner there?
Well, you're outside the building.
Okay, there's not a big enough window to see through.
You can see there's someone inside. It doesn't look like him though. Actually, it looks like a younger person, also Indian, not wearing a turban.
Okay.
But you can see. Let's see here. There is a building right next to it on the one side. Alley.
The same height.
Yep.
How wide is the alley?
Less than 12 feet?
Yeah, no, you could easily jump from one building to the other. There is an
Not if there's a plague.
there is a wider alley on the right side. So on the left
Something
side,
works.
so when you're facing the building on one side, the buildings are practically next to each other, like a foot apart. On the other one, there's a standard size alley. Well, not like 8 feet across.
Okay.
So that would be quite a jump. There's the front door leading to the shop. You can see in the alley, the one the wider alley. You can see there is a side door. And you can see it's a 2-story building, or actually, no, it's a 1-story building. But the shop itself seems to not take up much space. Looks like the rest of it, is for use. So it's obviously got.
Does the alley get much foot traffic?
Yeah, it's pretty busy.
Okay.
At this time of day.
Just gonna casually walk down it and see what the back of the building looks like.
Back of the building, there are windows. Actually, no, there
At what
are.
height?
There are windows, but they are boarded, or they're like shuttered.
Okay.
You smell actually very strongly tea coming from it.
Weird.
Well, you would guess you have architecture here. You're guessing that's the storehouse, or the storeroom for it. So the side door opens up into it. You can tell it's actually like some sort of, obviously for putting in larger things. The door is wider than usual, so they can wheel in shipments and that kind of thing, or put in shipments of tea. So yeah. So there's a door on the side that leads to the storeroom, and the door up front that leads in the shop, and then there are windows along. But the ones in the storeroom seems to be like buttoned up pretty well. So going in from the back would be harder to do unless you got through the door. which it looks like a pretty solid, strong door, and you're guessing they
I
barred
have
at
2
night.
points of locksmith.
Well, they probably bar it from the inside, so that would not work unless you had acid, which would be hard to get in Nairobi.
It's true.
Because you'd have to melt through that. That would be the only way to stealthily get through that.
Okay, it's fine.
Well, I mean, no, you can pick the lock on the front door.
Yeah.
But it's the front door, and it's a big popular street. People are walking by.
I'll spend a single point of disguise
Sure.
for a 4.
Sure.
And then I'll go in. And, I mean, are they, in terms of tea house, are they just selling tea or are they also brewing? Can I sit down and have a cuppa?
They do. They just sell it. You do see. You can smell tea coming from the back. It looks like the clerk is brewing tea for himself.
Really, they don't do samples.
Well,
sure
they probably brew it in the back and then bring it up,
Yeah.
but they don't have
Okay.
there's no. It's not like Starbucks. You don't have any tables.
Yeah.
But it's well stocked. They have a lot there.
Well, if they have a lot on the shelves, then I'm just gonna browse
Yeah.
the crap out of it.
The clerk doesn't pay you any mind.
Yeah.
He looks like in his 20s. Definitely younger than Singh. Nothing unusual about him.
Are there hours posted?
Yep.
Okay.
Typical hours, 9 to 5 minus Sunday. No business.
Yeah.
It closed on Sunday.
Okay.
Hour off for tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Irony.
They, you actually, yeah, it's a respectable business. It looks like. You do see, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it says there's an upstairs, but it doesn't give me a diagram of that. But anyways, I'm just gonna make this a one-story building. Fuck it. They're not.
They say there's an upstairs, and
They say
no
there's
detail about it.
Yeah. They don't.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You should check the companion and see if
Oh, I'm
someone
sure
made
they
up
would.
a second story.
They probably did, but I will. If you break into it this session.
How am I supposed to be a second story man?
Oh my god.
But no, you don't.
Bill,
I'm sorry.
You're killing me, Smalls.
No, it's fine. You really don't need to,
Yeah.
unless you're just
Well,
doing
now
it for
I'm
your own
curious.
satisfaction. Okay. Anyway, that's all I want to do for right now. So.
Okay. So yeah, it looks like Singh is not in.
See, we did.
But it does look like, yeah. You can kind of see, like, from the counter, there's, off to the side, there's the open passageway leading into the back. You can kind of see, it looks like there's a bedroom back, and then past that, the storeroom.
Okay.
You can't see into the storeroom because from where you are. Yeah. Well, it's just, the storeroom is dark.
Because weird, they did some good interior architecture, and you don't peek into the storeroom from the front. Yeah.
Well, it's also all the windows are closed up, so it's dark in there, and they don't have any lights on in it because
Okay.
it's a fucking storeroom.
I am looking for a moment if like somebody comes in and is like being really demanding as a customer.
Okay.
Just let me know. But I've had enough scene for right now.
Okay, so you two are at the bar. Let's see here. So yeah, you talked to her for a while. She also talks to you a little bit about. She mentions actually Natalie Smythe Forbes, who is the publisher of the Nairobi Star. Said, I just went to a seance she held the other day, and it was very enlightening. I'm not sure if I totally believe it, but if there's much more in this. What is the phrase? More in heaven and earth, and something like that. I wouldn't know.
What was the seance about? I'm curious.
Oh, I was trying to contact dear old Harold. You lost in cholera some years ago.
Was Natalie actually performing the seance herself, or did she hire someone?
Yes. She's performing herself. She believes paying for it is wrong. It is a deep spiritual matter. It should not be sullied by commercialism.
It's very generous of her.
Well, she does very well for Nairobi, so she publishes it herself. It's very amazing.
Okay.
Sort of a spinster, but
It happens.
Christmas cake.
Yeah.
Pot calling the kettle.
Well,
Widow.
Dear old Harold, come on, man.
it's been a few years. She's mourning pretty well with the whiskey, but
An excuse?
yeah. If you wanted to hear more about the Carlyle, I'm sure she has all the stories there. I read all about it. It was quite the news here. It was very big. The reporters from all the way to New York and whatnot, and then Mr. Lies, I guess. Even years later, it's still a big story. It is. So, and what family are you from, Margot? I'm sorry.
Family?
Yes.
The Joneses.
The Joneses.
In America.
Oh, wow. You must tell me all about it. I've heard such... And just... Your prohibition is so... just utterly alien to me.
Glug.
Yeah.
Really? Temperance movement?
Well, not Sophia. She's definitely not...
Not in Africa.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you blessed the rains.
Yep.
So she wants to hear all about your family and all that. If you indulge her, spend the rest of the night doing that, I'll give you 2 points to spend. Actually, I'll give you 1 point to spend on any social skill here in Nairobi with the genteel. So.
If I listen to her drunken ramblings?
Yes, and you do as well. So you get a bonus.
She tells you about the best way to pack cotton dresses.
Yes. So yeah, her Sophia is well known, so people will it'll open doors. So you can spend that on reassurance or any other social skill that applies to the genteel. Not intimidate though. She's not scary. She's
Weird.
yeah. Sean, what was your character doing, Patrick?
Library use.
Oh yeah. Were you going to the Nairobi Star directly? All right. You go to the...
Funny, the journalist goes to the paper.
Yeah.
Can we each have the point in case we need it in separate occasions?
It's a team pool, whoever spends it first. By basically name dropping her. Like, oh, that'll...
Okay.
Yeah. So you go to the Star. You see a older woman, 40s, 50s, something like that, talking to obviously a typographer. They have a linotype machine set up. They are and several printers at work in the moderately sized building. She is, barking orders about, setting the story, preparing tomorrow's paper, basically. She goes over and says, "Hello, can I help you? Are you?"
It's a female J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, I'm here with the
Mrs. Forbes.
the Dublin Times, and I'm doing a little bit of more research into the Carlyle Expedition, and we come across a couple of names.
What was your name?
Name given.
Patrick, are you giving your actual name? One you've been published under?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Oh, Patrick O'Bannon? We'll see. Okay. Mr. O'Bannon, I've read your stories before. We do get them occasionally. The mail is being what it is. But your work is quite good. What was that one story you worked on? Got very well written.
The Plight of Northern Ireland?
Yes. Quite the plight, I would say. Yes, very, very excellent, very moving. I didn't know that the Irish were so concerned with things in quiet Nairobi. What brings you?
Well, they've sort of put a cap on what we can write about back home.
Yes, I see. Politics are politics.
It's a good time to go on a trip.
So, what would you? What story? I'd be happy to help you, especially if you would like to.
Well, I come across a couple of leads. Something about the cult of the bloody tongue, and something to do with a mountain of black wind.
Well,
Personally,
I don't. I do.
Curry.
I have heard the bloody tongue before. There was a man here a while ago, Mr. Jackson Elias, who mentioned it. He was working on a similar book. Have you spoken to him?
I'm not working on a book.
He was working on a book about this. I think he was writing a whole book about cults. And he said it was here. No one here mentions it, but I think the natives here are kind of scared of it. I'm not sure if it's a real group or if it's superstition. I've never heard of a Mountain of the Black Wind. Jackson, of course, was talking about the Carlyle Expedition. We did, and I pulled up several stories for him. This was last year, of course. So she goes over and fetches it. I think his theory was that this cult attacked the Carlyle Expedition. It wasn't the simple tribal native. It was some sort of religious. Perhaps they had some sort of holy site to this cult that the expedition had stumbled upon, and that was his theory or something, I believe. So maybe that is that Mountain of the Black Winds.
Perhaps.
Yes, it's hard to tell. I would be.
Do you know where exactly that site was, according to Elias?
Well, no. I will tell you who might know. I, of course, myself, to be honest, it's hard to tell what's true and what's superstition and what's, especially with these natives, they just, well, you know how it is. But I do believe that there is more to this world than the material view that the scientists believe. I believe that there is something beyond the veil, and I've tried to research this myself, and I've hit a dead end. Some people have told me about I've heard word of this man, old Bandari, but I've never been able to get a meeting with him. He's some sort of mystic, some sort of shaman or medicine man who knows all the secrets of Africa, it is said. He's very wise, but the natives won't let me approach him. I've never been able to find his location. Perhaps that troublemaker, Johnstone, Kenyatta, maybe. I think they think Mr. Kenyatta is sort of a troublemaker, and he always wants to stay away from the authorities, and I think perhaps...
Troublemaker, what do you mean?
Oh, he has ideas, political ideas. About...
What kind of political ideas?
Well, it's a totally different situation here than it is in Ireland. I mean...
Really?
Yes.
What kind of political ideas?
Well, independence or something, or giving them more self-rule or something.
And where does this Mr. Kenyatta live?
Oh,
he knows where Bandari is?
He lives with the others in the poorer side of town, shall we say. He's well known to them, but he stays away from. As a reporter, you might actually get an audience with him. He might be able to tell you, and if you impress him, you might be able to get an interview with Bandari. If you could get an interview with Bandari, I would pay handsomely to get a word of him.
Would you be willing to give me an advance?
That would be write a story on Kenyatta, get an interview with him, and then I could give you an advance for it.
Okay.
But I do have some information about the Carlyle Expedition, the things that I got from there, and there were strange things. I mean, the bodies, the animals didn't touch them at all. They weren't scavenged. The hyenas didn't feast upon them, and they were out there for quite some time. I've never heard of such a thing. Have you heard of such a thing? Of animals not eating the dead? Eating dead flesh? Simple meat for them?
There are some.
But no animals would ever approach them. And the villagers say that land is, unwell. It is cursed or something.
Any strange colors out there?
I'm sorry? Yeah, a little too obscure a reference. She does not know that. Originally their whole thing was a cover story. Their whole, the Carlyle Expedition lied about why they were there.
Really?
Yes. They said they were there to relax. There was a big game safari to recuperate from their vigors of the Egyptian expedition. That they had overworked themselves in Egypt and they came here to recover. That was the story. That's not why they were there, though. They were coming here to confirm data that they had gotten in Egypt. Now, what they were... So I'm not sure about some sort of religious leader or someone who had gone from Egypt into Kenya thousands of years ago. Maybe this connects to the Bloody Tongue. Perhaps this is this. So they stayed at Hampton House, who was owned and managed by Reggie Baines since before the Great War. We've been here quite some time. They also dealt with a Dr. Horace Starrett. And a Mr. Neville Germain. Yes. Here's a photo. And the photo shows Sir Aubrey, who you recognize from other photos, looking exceptionally young. And Python Masters, looking exceptionally dumpy. Do you have medicine?
Nope.
Okay. Miss Forbes also has the discovery of the bodies. The report which led to the patrol to the massacre site comes from, from Sam, the gardener at the railway station. He lives on Charles Street. You could go and visit him. You've already gotten his name. Visiting cousin. He was visiting a cousin in the village of Ndovu in the Aberdeen forest. He heard how many lay slain and unburied, and I was unwise to go near. The region is due north of Nairobi. Many miles separate it from the Great Rift Valley. Lieutenant Mark Selkirk and a squad of men found the remains. The photograph shows 5 Nandi corpses swinging from 5 ropes. It's the people they executed for
Yeah,
this.
I know.
So that's what you get from Miss Forbes, the Nairobi Star.
All right.
You also see, actually, as they're laying to print, there's a big ad for Singh's Tea Shop.
Interesting.
How much did Singh pay you for that ad?
Oh, it was 20. Does very well. We have we could give you. Did you want to advertise something? We give preferential rate.
Oh, just wondering what the going rate was.
Yeah. So anyway, that takes you some time. You two are still talking to Sophia. She's just very gossipy. She likes being the center of, like, talking to you.
Surprise.
And just hearing stories of America.
Society woman likes to be the center of attention.
Yeah. And the stories of excitement in America, gang. I mean, are you guys going to tell her anything about, like, I don't know, gunfights or anything like that?
Make some things
Again, this is not that.
Yeah. So
No. Tell her.
She's a society lady.
she's heard about Al Capone. She's like, have you met
Tell
him?
her about bathtub gin and rum runners.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess rum runners is.
But yeah, to have an American in the party, so she is quite just lapping it up. So good job. So that's basically how the night ends for everybody as you get in. You, Bill, after you scout the place out, were you doing anything else?
So, okay, I was hoping that, like, somebody was going to come in and get, like, all
sure.
white and British on the clerk.
Yeah.
Okay.
He berates a clerk for getting the wrong brand of oolong.
Okay.
Yeah.
They
While
only
he's-
sell oolong at Singh's.
It's
Nobody
their popular.
sells anything else.
They have many. It's just oolong is the popular one.
They're starchers.
He has a
doesn't
connection.
feel like looking up other names of tea. It's fine.
I don't know which ones would be in 1925 Nairobi. Okay.
It's all good.
Keenan, yeah.
Anyway, he's yelling at him about tea. I'm going to use that as my opportunity to try to sneak towards the back.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
All right. I will.
Blunder around like an idiot.
Well, you know, a little from column A, a little from column B.
Ninja roll.
Spending 2, which gives me 6.
All right, you do sneak in.
Okay.
There's a bedroom, which looks, from a cursory glance, looks very normal. You do notice that it has Hindu religious icons, not Sikh. You continue on to but that's just looking at it. You haven't, like, searched it. So do you stay in the bedroom to look in, or do you press into the storeroom?
Is the passage between the bedroom and the storeroom easily visible from the...
Yes. It's a straight shot from the front of the shop all the way back. And the bedroom is on the side.
Blow it up.
I don't have any explosives.
Preparedness check.
I don't have any points in explosives. Yes, I actually don't have any points in explosives.
You don't need any points to light a stick of dynamite.
Point.
If you have athletics, you can run like hell.
Unfortunately,
Why are you burning the place down?
I don't know. I'm not.
Just checking.
Is the bed a pallet, or does it actually?
It's
is
an
it
actual
a
bed.
suspended bed?
It's an actual
you get
suspended
under
bed.
Why not?
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna
This will be a long night.
No, he'll lock up at some point, and
What if Sing comes back?
He lives there.
No,
I
he
will
might
say
not live there.
you can give me. Actually, if you want to spend evidence collection, spend a point of evidence collection, you can get something.
all right.
You don't snore.
All right, in the bedroom, you do see, just from cursory glance, actually, you look and you see, oh, there's keys. There's an extra set of keys.
Excellent.
So you could use that to get yourself into
Back
the door.
in, yeah.
Because actually, look at the side. You can see the side door, the storeroom door, and you see it's not barred on the inside. They only put a padlock on it.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, bet you have a key for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could make another stealth check to get out, or you could press, double down, go into the storeroom.
Nah, I'll wait for that later.
Okay.
I'll spend 2 more. I mean,
Okay.
for a 7.
All right, you get out.
with keys.
Yep.
So you head out back in the room. All of you meet up. You two are kind of exhausted after just dealing with Sophia. She will put a good in word for all you.
I know what'll fix that. Tea.
Yeah. So you have a couple options in there. If you can talk to Johnstone Kenyatta, you could possibly find out about this old Bandari who apparently has some sort of mystical connection. If Sean can... Yeah, anyways. Yeah. Or you could deal with Singh's tea shop, or you could do something else.
Joseph Kenyatta.
Yeah, Kenyatta. You have to find him.
I'm up for it.
Okay.
One anti-colonialist to another.
Yeah, this is true.
Personally, I'm going to wait around until after hours and then go back.
Okay. So let's see here.
Meanwhile, I'll have a pint.
All right. So you're going to do a B&E job again.
Yeah.
What about you two? Are you going to help?
I mean, how late is it?
Right now it's probably about 9 o'clock. So they don't go till the early morning in Nairobi. They're kind of conservative in that respect. So, yeah. Ian or Sean, you want to search for that? Kenyatta, you can make a streetwise spin for that.
I will spend 2.
Okay.
It's not
Oh wait, just 1.
Okay, yeah, it's just 1. You ask around, and despite being white, they all right. When you mention you're a reporter and you're like not a cop or whatever, they tell you, well, Kenyatta, he goes to the spends a lot of his time at the Kikuyu Central Association, the KCA. It is a African organization devoted to gaining black representation in the colonial government. So they also push boulders up hills, So they direct you to that, and you mention that you're a reporter, and you're sympathetic to that being Irish. And they're like, oh, well, hey, maybe we can get some good press for once. That would be weird. Well, they're realistic at this point, so...
refreshing change of pace.
So you get in to the storefront that they have, and Kenyatta is there. He asks you, hello, what did you want to speak about?
Well, I was friends with some of the folks on the Carlyle Expedition, and I have some leads for a new story about it, and I hear that you have some extra information about it.
Well, I was not involved with the Carlyle Expedition. I did not meet with the people there. What was this angle that you think I am involved with?
Well, I've heard that you are aware of somebody who might have information about the Mountain of the Black Wind.
We should discuss this in a more private, please, in the back room.
Absolutely.
It's easier to blow things up in private.
Yes. Wow. Johnstone closes the door and says, I have not heard that. Have not heard of that place in some time. It is interesting. My people, we are trying to strive towards your modernist, realistic, scientific universe, and here I find you're trying to go back to our more, you would call it primitive, but more...
I'm not so judgmental.
Yeah, you must
From
not be.
Ireland, they like fairies.
I strain towards your heritage and you strain towards mine. It's ironic. Much of what I understand... my grandfather was a medicine man, and he studied under a man. You were probably referring to Old Bandari. Mm-hmm. He is a very important person, and he does not grant audiences frequently, especially to foreigners. But if you are interested in the Mountain of the Black Wind, who is it? What do you think is there? Tell me what you know.
We think that it's somehow tied to the ill fate of the Carlyle Expedition, and that they were seeking something in relation to evidence that they found in Egypt.
Yes.
In the Mountain of the Black Wind.
Mm-hmm. Well, what is it that do you have a name for this?
Name drop the
At a 0 point assess honesty, you can tell he's trying to understand what your level of understanding is.
We know about the cult of the bloody tongue.
We also, know about Gnarly.
By gnarly, you mean Nyarlathotep?
Nyarlathotep.
We have heard a name. It starts with an N.
That name goes by many other names.
Many masks?
Tell me that you know of the name of who worships him. What are they called?
The cult of the bloody tongue is one.
That is the name that we do not speak of lightly here. It is a real, I guess you would call it a cult. They've been around as long as if anyone has memory of, not longer. But Old Bandari would be eager to strike a blow against them, and he might even be willing to entertain the idea of sending foreigners against this. But you know this, but how can I know that you are able to fight them effectively?
We have friends.
Maybe the cult fight has hit the wire already.
Yeah.
Well,
Tell them we're responsible for that.
we may be able to locate certain practitioners
Well,
that have mutual friends of ours.
Well, there is a sickness inside of Nairobi. The bloody tongue is here, as you probably are aware of. Mm-hmm. But I do not know who. They are led by someone here. If you...
I can hazard a guess who.
Well, if you can show me proof or give me proof that you have stopped them, if you have stopped their leader, I will... And not just your word, obviously. They have certain signs and they do certain things, and they will obviously have that. You will know proof when you see it. Give me proof that you have stopped this leader, and I will
So you
introduce you
basically
to
want his head on a silver platter.
Well, I did not say his head on a silver platter. I would not dare say that. Authorities would not want me talking about putting anyone's head on a platter. They seem to get agitated when people like me talk about
Brits
putting
get
heads on
really
platters.
nervous when you talk about blowing them up or cutting their heads off and putting them on platters.
See, I don't know. Yeah, so I will be more polite than that. But if you deal with this leader, I will introduce you to Obandar.
Working on it.
Okay, I have associates that are on the...
Very well. I will hear if this happens. I have many friends in the city, so I will know. But I hope you good luck, and I watch. Be careful. Keep one eye open when you sleep.
Will do. In the meantime, secret anti-imperial handshake.
All right.
Down with the British Empire. Word.
So, he is quite eager to help. So, are you two helping Bill with his B&E job, I imagine?
Do you need help? You have keys.
One can never have too many lookouts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless one of those lookouts always carries cherry bombs. In which case,
You're not going.
Yeah.
Let me deal with the
Darn, you're
radicals.
busy.
I mean, it's too late in the day to talk to the other people, right? Like 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
is sort
it's
of
9 o'clock.
late.
It'd be hard to
Yeah.
find them.
Yeah.
They are rolling up the sidewalks as we speak.
Yeah.
Literally.
All right, B&E.
Okay, yeah, B&E. All right.
Actually, this is just an E. I have the keys. There's no B involved.
There will be no
Yet.
ranking.
You might...
It might be an E and B.
It depends on how lucky you are with the key.
Yeah. It's just an E job, which doesn't sound weird at all.
Yeah. All right. So, what's the plan? Are you going to go front door or side door? Side door leads to the store,
Side
front
door
door
with
leads to the
keys.
shop.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure side door sounds more like adventure.
Okay. So the group will need a stealth check to get there because there are occasional, officers.
Passers-by.
Yeah. I assume
offer
you don't
one.
want to be spotted.
I'll put one in too.
All
Or
right.
striped.
How many do?
Yeah.
I put in one, so that's total of
All right,
3.
so plus 3. 8.
All right. You are the knight. You get to the door. You got the key, so you unlock it.
Ya-da-da-da.
It opens up, revealing a storeroom. Surprisingly enough,
Tea.
there are it is piled with small chests and cakes of tea. There is also an empty barrel in the center of the room.
I searched the barrel.
How? It's closed. You open it up.
No.
What do you?
Can we check and
You
make
said it
sure
was
that
empty.
there's no one sleeping in the room?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'll peek my head around.
Yeah.
No one's sleeping in it. It is 9 o'clock.
Is there anybody?
Well, or in the room.
No one's in the room.
Okay.
They would have heard the door open if you did, because the door is not stealthy.
Okay. Creep.
Yeah, it does. There is a bit of a creep.
Okay. I suppose we didn't ask, but I figured if there was still a light on or anything,
Yeah.
they would have said.
All right, so that's what you see. Are you making any point spends, or are you going to do anything?
Evidence collection?
You already use evidence. Bill already used evidence collection. There's not really much else. You can search the area. Actually, no, I would allow it. You could make another evidence collection.
Okay.
All right.
Would forensics be better?
Forensics would work as well. I would allow that.
All right, I'll use that.
All right, you do that, and you can see as you look at the empty barrel, it's empty, which is odd. And you look at it. No, because why would you have an empty barrel in the middle of the room? Like
To put things in.
Well,
everything
there's
else, but
something about it.
But like he sells
real deal of the
tea,
decade.
you don't store tea in barrels. You store it in cakes or in chests. I mean,
Right,
like
so I
it's tea
investigate
leaves.
the empty barrel because it strikes me as
because then
odd.
you look at the floor and you can see there's like
Something under it.
Well, no, but there is. There's sort of a fine layer of dust from various, like all the tea cakes and stuff that have been opened up. But there's
taste the dust.
sort of which covers the floor, except for what you can see an outline. There's like a little gap between the floorboards. You right under the empty barrel. You push it aside, and you can see that this is a trap door. So
We open the door slowly.
okay.
I'm my ear to it to see if I hear anything.
I will the hinges first.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I lay down and stick my ear to it to see if I can hear anything on the crack.
You do not hear anything.
Any light coming through the crack?
No, it is dark.
Okay.
In fact, the only light would be Margot's electric torch.
Okay.
I
have one
assume.
as well.
Okay, 2 electric torches.
So
Fine.
we open it and look down.
All right, you
see-
open it up. It does creak.
Despite the
There is a
Come
short.
on. I just said I oiled the hinges.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. It doesn't
Do you
creak.
have
Good.
oil?
Burglar's tools.
Okay.
Come on.
All right.
All right, fine. You open it up, and there is a short flight of stairs leading down.
Come on, gang. Nothing bad has happened
I
to
don't
us
trust
in basements.
basements.
You don't trust basements.
The thing with the snake man worked out just fine.
All you can see, and then
Yeah, the
the
thing we're in and I almost got killed did not
Smells
work
of
just
death.
fine. Smells of death?
yes.
I'm not going down there.
All you can see from the stairs is a pillar in the middle of the room, a support pillar. There's
I'll stay
nothing
up here
unusual
and
about it.
keep watch.
This sounds like major sanity loss.
I'm staying up here and keeping
That's fine. I
watch.
have plenty of them. That's what they're there for.
Okay.
Light.
All
Lay
right.
down.
So you're going down. Are you
Yeah.
sneaking? Or are you just going to walk in?
All sneaking.
Okay.
Oh,
Very good.
sneaking.
So both you two are staying up there.
Unless he calls us to come down there, I'm
Right.
staying up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're keeping lookout
Yeah.
Okay.
while we're up there.
4.
All right. With a 4, yeah, you go down the steps. You see one that you think will squeak, so you avoid it. So you don't make any unusual sounds. The wood gives a little bit, so there's still a little strain,
But it just sounds like the building settling.
yeah, that's got to be it.
All
So
the subtle ways in which you maybe suggest the difficulty was higher than 4. Or is
you can see the central support pillar ahead of you. You can tell.
I know
Look
what
at
you're thinking, Sean, and I'm not going to do that yet.
the walls are shored up with boards and timber. You have architecture, right?
Yeah.
You actually tell that this room actually was not professionally built. It was probably excavated by hand, like just with hand tools. It was probably
Wow.
done on the down low, essentially, surreptitiously. This room isn't supposed to be here.
They sneaked it all out in the tea.
Well, I mean, he probably probably used the barrel for that,
Oh, yeah.
But the death smell increases. It fills you. It's like you're just walking to a
Filled with death smell.
decaying corpse.
I need to write that down in case I ever start a metal band.
Yeah.
Filled with death smell.
Bill.
It's just weird, yo.
So there are niches along the walls that hold candles that are partially melted. They're out
Not
right now.
lit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not lit. So you step into the room. To your left, you can see a cabinet of some sort. You also see behind the pillar there is a statue of some sort of. You can't really make it out too well. It looks humanoid, but it's hard to make out the details unless you get up and close. It looks weird. It's hard. It's like you see a humanoid figure, 4 arms. There's
Could
something.
just be Shiva.
Yeah, could be.
Have a look.
So
It is about 15 by 10 feet. The room is 15 feet square with an 11-foot ceiling. So, anyways.
How many candle sconces are there?
You can see that there are 3 on a side.
Okay.
So there's 6 total.
I'll light the ones nearest the stairs.
All right. So you go over. One is right by this cabinet. So you light that one up. You can go over to the right one. You light that one up.
Okay.
Then you think you hear and it stops.
It hissed.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I listen at the door of the cabinet. If the cabinet has a door.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a dresser. You know, it's not something a person could fit into. It looks
Not
like
a wardrobe.
Yeah, no, but you don't hear anything. Then you think you hear a scraping sound from behind you. You turn. There's nothing. There's faint.
Yell if you need us.
Well, I will. I'm gonna go all horror movie and spin around and train my flashlight on
Okay.
whatever.
There's nothing there for a moment, but then you hear a voice, just very faintly. Free us.
Can I ask who I'm speaking with?
It's very polite of you.
It's a little stronger now. Free us. It's coming from below you.
I look around on the floor.
You see there are these like impressions in the ground. Each one maybe about like maybe grave size. No, that can't be it.
Weird.
Yeah. Anyways,
Don't unbury anyone.
you think then for a moment you think you see the dirt move for a fraction of a second, but no, that is couldn't. You blink your eyes and you weren't sure if it moved or not. Give me a stability check.
5.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
Yeah,
He's seen ghouls.
it's fine.
Speaking of which,
That's what I was hoping.
Do you want to do that?
There's ghouls in Nairobi.
Well, you know the ritual places where ghouls already are. And this is like a small room, and you can see all of it. So unless the ghouls are buried here, it wouldn't work.
oh come on, there are corpses and we're underground.
Yeah, you could try it.
The problem is I don't know what the situation is. I don't
Yeah,
know
that seems risky.
whether they'd be helpful or not.
Keep trying to talk to him.
Can you say anything else? Do you have any other words?
You actually closer.
Yeah, that's not happening. I mean, good job. I'm glad we can, have some more communication here. But
Okay.
Give me a name.
I am great.
yeah, who are you?
Below you.
Yeah, I figured out that part.
All right.
Also, that's not the question I asked. Not where, who.
Give me another stability check. You're talking to a voice. Voices.
Oh, yeah, because I'm not hardened to that by now. 6.
All right. Yeah.
He's fine.
Stone cold.
You two, both of you can give me sense trouble checks.
Okay.
You add a couple points to that.
I'll add 1. Yeah, 6.
4.
You don't hear, but you hear Bill's character talking down there.
It's not
Okay,
the weirdest
so-
thing you've done today.
So I'm going to yell to him and say, "What's happening?"
I think we've got some talking corpses buried in shallow graves down here.
Oh, that's all.
And some kind of creepy statue and a cabinet. So, look, talking corpse people, give me just a second. I'm going to look in this cabinet, okay?
Okay. You open the cabinet.
They actually say okay.
In Ross's voice, not whispering.
You actually, as you look at the cabinet a little more, you see there is a padlock on it.
I have another point of
Maybe we've got
locksmith.
keys.
All right.
Or keys.
Yeah.
I'll try the keys first.
The key. Yeah, sure. The key works.
right.
You wondered what that other one was for. So you pop it open. There is a blade.
Yoink.
Yeah. It has a handle of twisted wood. On one on the edge, there is a symbol which you shudder at. You're not quite sure. You could spin a mythos point to identify. It's not something you've seen before, but perhaps you've read about it or saw it.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
I want the sweet, delicious horror meat.
You recognize it as a symbol of the small crawler, another avatar of Nyarlathotep, one that is known in Indian cults.
As in the subcontinent?
Yeah, as in the subcontinent. You look over, the statue suddenly looks very familiar. The small crawler looks humanoid, but with 4 arms, each holding a sword, but its legs... instead of legs, it has 3 large tentacle-like appendages. You look at it, and then you realize what's happened here, and you realize what the corpses are, and it all comes to...
break-ins?
No, these were people lured down here, taken down here to sacrifice. This is a sacrificial chamber for Singh to appease his dark lord. But their souls are now trapped. They are not consumed, but they are being fed upon, slowly being drained. And they want out. They want you to break the statue. Give me a stability check.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable thing to ask for.
Yeah. And a point of sanity.
Yeah, that was coming. Fail the stability check.
Yeah, it's 3. You're in a place. This small crawler also targets children.
Hence the name.
Yeah. So you're in a very bad place, and that's the blade he used. There's also one other thing in there. There are a couple.
Really?
Yeah. There are. Sorry, you also see incense cones. You recognize those. There is a tome, and a yellow robe. So you look at that, and you get this urge that you really do need to break that pillar. Not break that pillar, break the statue. Go over there and just smash it. The urge is rising in you. So blow it up. As the voices start building up. Blow it up. Free us! Free us! Free us! And then you hear more scratching, the dirt shifting. You two, back up there.
I have an idea.
What's that?
Can he pick up the statue? Like, is it small enough?
Yeah.
Just pick it up,
Can I go
run to
up
the top of the
those
stairs, chuck it down so it breaks, and then leave.
Is it stone or earth floor? It's earth floor, graves.
Let's see here.
Wow.
Black stone. Yes, it is made of black stone.
So there are graves in the black stone floor.
No, the statue's made of black stone. The graves are dirt. Like they're just...
Yeah, so like the floor, if he was to throw it on it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't break.
Right.
Right.
Well, it might be fragile black stone, you know.
You can throw it against the pillar and run.
Yeah.
Take the knife then.
Well, yeah, the knife I've already got.
Or you could just tell the authorities what you found, or tell them that there's the mass grave in the basement of this tea shop.
Or you can blow it up.
Well, you can do that anyway.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you blow it up, they can't really find the bodies.
Well, don't blow it up. Just break
Well,
it.
then-
Don't worry. Sean can say that as many times as
And
they
you're
want.
looking out, and in the distance, you actually see Singh. He's coming.
Front row.
Yeah.
Okay, thing's coming.
Dude,
Well, he's
break
walking down the
statue and
street.
run.
He's walking. He's on the other side of the street walking. You're not sure where he's. If he doesn't seem to be making immediately beeline to it, but he might. But yeah, you don't know what he's doing, so you can make a stealth check to watch him. Get up to the window and watch him more carefully. Try and figure out what he's doing.
Let's just take a second.
Grab tome, robe, statue.
Yeah, and incense cones.
Upstairs. Yeah, I already have the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, incense cones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grab it all. Let's go.
You grab it all. All right.
I can help you carry it.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going. All right, so you grab all that. So you're going down there too.
Well, I meet him at the top of the stairs.
You're a statue.
I'm not dumb.
All right, so you are grabbing the statue.
Yeah.
All right, as soon as you grab the statue,
Bad things happen.
it is like touching dry ice. It sticks to your hands. It is incredibly painful, and it seems to start moving, writhing around you.
I stab it with the friggin' knife.
You're holding it. Okay, it's big enough that you have to pick up with two hands, so both your hands are stuck to it. So give me an athletics check to shake it off.
Actually, if he sings a song, he automatically passes.
No.
Hater's gonna hate.
Yeah.
So I spend 4.
All right.
That's good.
For 6.
All right, you throw it off. You take 1 point of health. His skin peels off.
Yeah, it happens.
It is unnaturally cold.
Okay.
But as you throw it across, it breaks partially.
Okay, good enough.
Yeah, well, it's not totally broken. They're saying, they're not even speaking English. They're just sort of screaming. It's not quite done, but they're close.
Okay.
So you're kind of scared. You're going to run up, or you're going to finish off the job, use your boot to do it, or the hand.
I have brass knuckles.
You have brass knuckles, yeah.
Punch you with the brass knuckles.
All right, give me a scuffling check.
All right.
Scuffle with the statue.
I'll spin
Well,
2.
you want to hit it with just the brass knuckles.
Yes,
you don't want to
not
make any
hand.
skin
In fact,
contact.
I'll spin 3.
All right.
That's a good idea.
And probably get a 9.
Actually, I'm not going to metagame that much. I'll spend 3.
Okay.
For 8.
All right. You smash it as you do that.
To Flinders. See previous comment.
There is it seems like an explosion of white.
There's your explosion.
You're blinded for a moment.
Wrapped up like a deuce.
But Anne, at the instant this happens, you're watching Sing, I assume.
Yes.
He clutches his heart and falls to his knees.
Yes!
Quick, somebody carve out the heart. We need proof.
Quest completed.
But he's not dead. He turns over and looks at the tea shop. He looks at you. He sees you peering off the corner of the window. Give me a stability check. You see
this.
absolute hatred in his eyes.
Thanks.
All right.
No problem.
It's not the first time I've seen absolute hatred today.
So he begins chanting.
Oh no.
Not chanting.
Better yell at him.
You can tell. You can't hear what he's saying, but he's talking.
Alright guys, he's chanting. We gotta get out of here.
You're up at the front. You're at the front of the store. They're at the
She can
back.
yell.
Just
Yeah,
run.
you could yell, break your stealth.
Well, he's looking at her.
Yeah.
Stealth be broken.
Yeah, but they're passerbys and don't seem to notice or pay attention. He's just
Okay.
some random Indian Ukraine, whatever, All right, so you two are back in this. You're at the top of the stairs.
I'm
You're
at the
bottom.
top. I'm yelling at him to get up here.
Yeah.
He's just broken.
You both
the
take a
statue.
moment to recover. You're basically stunned.
Blinded, right. And we immediately start running for the exit.
Okay, you run for the
Well,
exit. You stagger up to the
As
exit.
soon as we're
Yeah, I guess there's
stunned.
no reason to push the barrel back over the thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No.
You already know.
I think he's going to figure it out.
All right.
It's okay, we have a knife.
And a
So,
road.
and what are you going to do?
Well, I'm gonna run back to where they are.
All right, you run back to where they are. You've all recovered, so you're just going to run?
Well, I'm assuming she's going to tell us.
Yeah, I'm telling him he's
No,
like in
we're
the
not.
street.
Yeah.
We're not letting a sorcerer run around and do things.
Right.
Okay.
Are we going to kill him?
Yeah, we're going to run out there, help him up because obviously he's having a seizure.
Right.
And then once he's in the alley, we stab him.
Okay, that sounds
Wow.
good.
Well, it is late,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so there
Well,
can't
it should be
that
you
many
that goes
people.
get him, and not Margot, because he just saw Margot.
right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So she and I will wait in the alley, knives drawn.
All right.
Well, he's probably going to resist. I guess I have scuffling. That's
Yeah.
what it's there for.
Brass knuckles.
Okay, so you're walking.
Just knock him out.
So you're at the other end of the alley. You're running to him, or you're
Yeah,
walking? Okay.
obviously
Give
he's
me
having
athletics.
medical panic. I spent all my athletics.
Yeah.
Can I use flee?
No, you're doing the opposite of fleeing.
Okay,
You're running to the danger, not away from it.
Well, we could all go, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not
And
gonna
then
make a
I'll bring him
Samantha
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're a mutual aid society, obviously.
I have athletics.
Okay.
It's athletics, either
Yeah.
way.
Okay.
I can add 2 points. To the
So
roll.
I got a 3
Okay.
because I have no.
Wait, it wasn't a group roll?
Not for this, no. This is
Okay.
now, we're getting into
I'm gonna
combat
spend 2.
like
Okay.
not group
Spend
effort.
So 5.
Okay.
5.
Okay. Unfortunately, you guys had to go back and left him. So, and he'd been chanting the entire time. So, as you're
Spell goes
crossing,
off weird.
yeah, as he's chanting, you can see there is a lantern near him, posted on the inside of a shop nearby, or a bar or something. And you see, as you two are much closer to him since you rolled 5s, as he's staring at the 3 of you chanting, as he's clutching his heart, the lantern flares up and grows brighter and brighter until the windows explode behind him, and it looks just like a miniature sun that leaps out of the lantern and just starts flying towards you. You can spend a point of Cthulhu Mythos to figure out what that is, or you could just run or fight it or do something else. But it's pure. It looks like pure fire and hate. So this would be combat at this point.
I'm going to shoot him.
All right, so that is.
Question: is the giant flaming fireball visible from where I am?
Where are you? Where were you all doing all of this? I thought you were interviewing Kenyatta.
I did.
Okay.
I did that. It's done.
I will say you can arrive at the next round because
With my elephant gun.
not with your elephant gun. You didn't know that this was going to turn into an elephant gun.
You're not
kind
going
of
to walk
situation.
around interviewing people with an elephant gun
That
strapped
is
to you.
not the best way to get.
In fairness,
cooperation.
he is from Ireland.
Yeah. Let's see here. Where are his stats?
Well, Kenya certainly escalated quickly.
Actually, it's been relatively
Yeah.
All things considered, this is the
compared
first
to
time
most
we've been
of the
in
crap
combat.
we've done. This
I know,
is-
this is first combat, and we've been at it for like
Yeah.
3.5 hours.
This is true. All right, so it will go first.
It?
The ball?
The ball fire, yes.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Great.
I believe the highest rated ability goes first, and it has a scuffling of 28. So
28?
That's
yeah, no, it's fire. And
Oh, dear.
I'm gonna get singed.
yeah, no, you really are.
No, he is. It's even in his name.
You could make a Cthulhu Mythos spin and figure out how to fight it.
Okay, I'll do that.
It will cost you a
sure.
point of sanity. Oh yeah, everybody, all 3 of you need to make stability checks.
Really?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
So does everyone do
I'm
the
fine, 6.
mythos?
I failed.
1 point to figure out what it is.
Okay.
You, if you fail, it's
All of
just
us have
3.
to spend that, or just one of
No,
us?
just one person has to spend. Then
Okay,
you
I
can
already
yell.
spent it.
All right.
Yeah, I'll yell it to you.
All right. Yeah, it is fire. You have to fight it. It is just elemental fire that is brought to this universe. So anything will fight fire, we'll fight it. But guns won't work. Neither will punching.
So
Magic
we
would
fight
work.
fire with fire?
No.
Is that
well,
what you said?
No,
No,
fight
water
whatever.
would work.
Water or sand or something like that.
And what was the number we had to get for this?
Stability? 4.
So I failed.
But if
3
we
points.
if we
Wow.
kill him,
Yeah.
will the fire stop? This is magical fire, yes?
It is a creature of fire. It is called a fire vampire. And
Wait, it's a creature?
yes, it is. It is.
So it will keep going even if we kill
It will. But he summoned it, so it might go away.
Alright. So, okay. It's not my action yet.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
It will go first. You two are closest. Odd, it will attack Margot.
Called it.
Even, it will odd, so it will attack Margot. What is your hit threshold?
4.
4. Okay. It will spend 2 to hit you with fire.
Because when all you have is
I
fire.
rolled a 6, so that would hit you. So you are now ignited.
Can I stop, drop, and roll?
You can. You probably want to do that. Fire. Let's see here. So you will take 7 points of damage.
Yikes.
Yep.
No good.
Let's see here. And you will take damage every round until you put it out. Athletics to drop and roll. Just jump into a convenient water-filled basement. Well, oh wait, you don't have one of those. But there are, I will say, 1920s.
There's got to be some kind of water around.
Yeah, there would be around.
There's not a lot of cars here.
Yeah, there would be a trough.
Yeah, you
would
gotta
say
water
there's-
your camel somewhere.
Yeah. Well, horses. I mean,
It's Africa. They're all camels, Ross.
Well, and there would be buckets near the trough, yes?
yes, and there's firefighting stuff too. So there's
There's firefighting stuff?
It's a
Buckets
city
of
in the
sands.
1920s.
Yeah.
Buckets of sand. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you can do that as your action.
See, also
so yeah,
Chicago.
athletics. Who has the highest pool? After that, what action are you doing? Tandor's going to start chanting again.
I
so-
always go on
Sure.
8 because of my sense trouble pool. So
What?
I always go on 8 because of my sense
Oh, okay.
trouble pool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to run over there, and I guess the plan went awry. I'm just gonna punch him.
Sing?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You make an attack roll.
Okay.
That'll stop him from chanting again.
Yep.
Did chant with.
I'll spend 2 on scuffling for a 3.
I will allow that. Yeah.
Okay. What am I rolling for damage with the brass knuckles?
D6 minus 1 instead of minus 2 for
Okay.
fist.
Couldn't remember. 1.
Okay. Ow.
Yeah.
You slap him. You cuff him on the side. It's not a
Glancing blow.
Yeah, glancing blow.
But does it interrupt his chant?
It will.
All right.
Good.
So he will try and stab you.
Stabby stab.
So
Does he act next,
But
or
will
do
I
we act?
get
he
there
is dressed up as a
before
Sikh. He has
starts-
a knife. What?
Will I get there before he stabby?
You will get there after everyone is active.
Yeah. Second round. We haven't acted.
Yeah.
But his action was to keep on chanting.
Yeah. So he doesn't really get a reaction.
Well, he was going on that. Yeah, all right, fair enough. I'll give you that. Because you have to deal with the fire vampire.
Gee, that's a great concession up there, Ross.
Yeah, all right. Melissa, you're the only one.
Okay,
or
so
who's... Yeah. I guess
I'm going to
it doesn't
shoot him.
matter. Okay.
That
You will
is my
be
plan.
+1 hit
What?
threshold.
What?
Fuck, go for it. I was going to say deal with the fire vampire, but
With what?
sand or water. Considering especially that you're the one that actually knows that at this point.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So, in one action, can I get to some form of sand or water and throw it at the vampire?
Not in one action. You could get it and then do it.
Okay, I'm going to run over there to whatever the nearby.
All right, you
Sand
see that
buckets.
because fire is a hazard in the 1920s, there are buckets of sand nearby.
Okay.
So
I'm just going to run over there.
all right.
And while I'm running, I'm going to yell to them. I'm going to yell at them
All right.
about what I know.
all right. It is yeah. So Anne,
Well, I was trying to put myself out.
that would be athletics.
Okay. I'll add 2 to it. So 5.
All right, you will put yourself out. It'll take your entire next round though, but you won't take any more damage. So
That's good, because I'm not doing so high.
yeah, no, fire hurts weirdly.
I'm going to be
Indeed.
disfigured for the rest of my life, I think, from this.
Yeah, not the third. So new round. The fire vampire has a higher pool than you. Yeah, it's a scuffling of 26.
But it doesn't see me.
It will act before you can act because it's fire.
It's there.
It can still attack us.
It will go after Bill because
It just punched
That's
its
reasonable.
master.
yeah, you're also really close to it. So it will spend 2.
Okay.
I'm being really nice and not just having
Yeah.
it spend 6.
Dump it. Yeah.
But I roll
Ow.
6 again. So you're on fire as well, which gives you 4 points of damage, and you're on fire. So you'll take a d6 of damage every round until you put it out. So
Go ahead and,
the
put that
gangster.
on me too.
The
The
gangster-
gangster vest doesn't prevent fire. So weird.
All right. Who has the highest pool?
Of what?
What are you using?
Yeah. Tandor has a melee of 6, so he'll act on 6. So you can act before him.
Yep.
He does.
I also act on 6.
Okay, well, you'll be acting at the same time as him because he will switch to shanking Bill.
Weird.
I have 5 on firearms.
Okay, so you will act after this. But Bill, you get to go first. Or next.
I will spend 1 on scuffling to try to hit him again.
All right.
Yeah, 7.
All right. You hit him.
And at -1, I will do 2 damage.
Okay.
Then I'm going to spend my last 2 to attack again.
Ooh. All right.
Cherry! Yay!
Nice.
That'll miss.
Okay. His hit threshold is a 3. He is
Yep.
not a super badass. Just with the whole fire vampire thing. He really didn't need to be. 6. So you and he will go at the same time. So, Melissa, what are you doing?
I am throwing sand.
Okay.
Would that be weapon?
That would be athletics.
Oh, okay. I'm going to spend 3.
Okay.
I'm aiming it directly at the fire vampire, and if
me.
it happens to get on Bill,
All right.
all the better. 6. So
All right.
9.
That'll hit. Roll. You can roll a d6 -2. Okay. You actually hit it pretty badly with sand.
What about me?
Good.
9.
I don't know. And does some get on him as well?
No, not enough.
It's worth a shot.
It was worth a shot. I can't
wasn't
fault
that
you for that. So it is heavily extinguished, not entirely extinguished, but it does. The flames do die down quite a bit. So Singh will go. He is a crazy cultist, so he will try and shank you, even though you're on fire. He will take a point of damage from that. So good job. And I didn't even roll to do that, but he will hit you. D6 -1. Your gangster vest will actually apply to this.
Yay!
So 1 point of damage.
Ablated.
Yeah, that's right. With the gangster vest, it bounces off. New problem though. Your gangster vest is now
On fire.
Yeah, and will start to melt if you don't put it out pretty
I'm
soon.
gonna. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just wanted to take.
Anyway,
down
so his
everything I could.
ding. What? All right,
Okay, I'm gonna shoot him
all right.
because my main objective is to have Singh dead. So
Yes.
that's all I know.
Just keep him recognizable. Center
Yeah.
mass.
That's what I'm doing. I'm
All right.
gonna spend 2 on firearms.
You're using your pistol, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
No, the elephant gun.
Yeah, I was just
You told me
clarifying.
I didn't get the elephant
That's
gun.
right.
Yeah, I
If
just.
you want to give me the elephant gun, I'll use the elephant gun. But
If you want to make a really high preparedness check, I could say. Well, I would say you could have had the elephant gun in a case carrying it around, but like,
Just use the pistol.
yeah, pistol.
just using the pistol.
All right, go
Spending
for
2. That'll be an 8.
All right, that will hit him. Roll damage. Pistol does a d6 -2, I believe.
Can you add? Wait, it does less than a fist.
No,
Oh,
I
brass
have brass knuckles on.
Yeah, it's a low
And I'm
caliber
very
pistol.
good at fighting. Rather good at
Let's see
fighting.
here. I can double check to make sure. It might. I think it might do a d6 -1.
Just let me know which.
Pretty sure it's -1.
I think it's
-1.
-1.
Yeah,
It's a gun.
table is
Well,
on 186.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Meanwhile, listeners,
Light firearms. Oh, light firearms are plus 0 damage. So it's just a straight d6.
3.
3. All right. Singh is heavily wounded. He is barely hanging on.
Yay!
He is gut shot and he's in incredible
Punched.
pain because he let his altar be desecrated.
Don't hit the face.
And what are you gonna? Oh yeah, you're still
That's how
taking
he
yourself out.
makes his
So, fortunately, yeah, the burns shouldn't be that bad. They should be that can be concealed.
Because I wanted to hide my identity.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, you
Just get a
will.
lot of concealer. You'll be fine.
The burned girl. That's pretty easy to pick up on.
New round. You hurt the fire vampire pretty badly.
Let me guess,
Probably
it's
one more
coming my way?
one more hit like that. It will go away. Problem is, it's really angry at
Yeah.
you, so it's going to spend 5 points.
You are hit.
Yeah,
So
you
you
are
roll
hit.
a 1.
It's a 6.
Still
So
hits.
yeah,
Whatever.
you take 7 points as you are
Ow.
set on fire. So
I am in pain.
No, it's usually better to mark them off so you know what your max was.
yeah.
I know what my max is because I wrote it right there.
Okay.
Smart of you.
All right. Who's next? I guess you would be next. Oh wait, you took.
No, I'm
did
not. I'm dropping this round with the athletics.
Oh.
Ow, actually,
Yeah.
that puts me in the negs.
All right, you pass out.
Are you still on fire?
Yeah.
I thought you had to go to -6.
Oh no, you have to go to negative. Wait, if you're, what are you exactly at? Bill,
I took 6. I'm at -4.
-4. Make a consciousness check, which would be DC 4. And you can spend additional health points to give yourself a bonus.
That's rough.
Yeah.
I'll spend 1.
Okay.
7.
All right, you're up.
Yeah.
You're still up.
I mean,
so
I'm down
you can
because I'm
stop, drop, and
dropping,
roll
yeah.
this round. So that's an athletics check.
Well, you're already.
No athletics.
You don't need-
I will allow people to loan it to them, to loan it to Bill for the purposes of him staying on.
I'll loan
I
him
don't know.
too.
All right.
Okay. 4.
All right, that makes it barely. You won't die.
Yes.
You'll be in incredible pain. So
Burning Man.
Tandori, or Thalkor, Mr. Singh, is screaming. He staggers up. He sees what's going on, sees that he's been shot, and he's going to try and flee. So he staggers into the alley nearby.
Doesn't he have a disadvantage with that?
He spent 1 point, so he's at a 6 -2 for being in pain. So he still gets a 4. So he staggers out of your line of sight. Is the main effect of that. So he's bleeding. You'll be able to track him easily, but yeah, you can't shoot him. If you made a DC 5 athletics check, you could run up and shoot him this round, or you could just run up into position.
I'll spend 3.
Okay.
7.
All right, you catch up.
I still need to act though, because don't I act at the same time as him?
It depends on what you're using. What skill are you using? You're on fire. You might want to not be on fire.
Yeah.
Do I get to go to
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, we do. So yeah, we're doing this out of order. It's whatever your highest pool is going. So doesn't really matter. You're all acting.
All right, stop, drop, and roll.
All right.
5.
You'll be doing that the next round.
Okay.
Shooting.
All right. And what are you doing as well?
Is the fire vampire still around?
Yes, you.
Then I want to attack the fire vampire.
All right, you can get a bucket of sand this round, and then make your attack roll next round using athletics.
Wasn't I
so am I
already
shooting him?
sand?
Well, you just got up from. You had to spend the rest of the round stop, dropping, and roll. So,
I'm spending 2 to shoot him.
all right,
7.
all right. Roll damage.
4.
He falls down.
Is he dead?
He falls down.
Is he dead?
It's the night. You don't
You
know.
have to go and
Is he
check.
dead?
Run up
Walk
and
up
make
there.
sure his lips are not moving.
Anyway, and you get a bucket of sand. You can make your attack next round. New round. The fire vampire is still there. It's going to attack you.
How? Singh ran out of the line of sight.
Yeah.
I went after him. How does he know where I am?
He
The
sees it.
fire vampire?
Saw you.
The sentient ball of fire knows
Dude,
where
he's
That can
already
fly.
gotten all of
And
us.
you're
You're the only one that isn't
surprised.
about
It can
to cross
fly.
out.
It actually can fly. It's a flying fireball. It's a guided fireball that
I'm just being difficult, Ron.
I know.
Really?
It will spin. It doesn't care as much because you haven't doused it with sand, so it's only going to spin 2.
Which doesn't matter because again Ross rolls 6.
Yeah.
I want a new dice.
That will be 6 points of damage as you are caught on fire.
That's health, right?
yes.
Yeah.
And you'll have to stop dropping.
Oh, did you make a stability check for seeing the flying fireball? Make a stability check.
1.
All right, you lose 3. Oh God, it's a fireball. Oh God, I'm on fire.
I got it.
Yeah.
So, how many did I lose on health again?
6, and you're on fire. You'll take a D6 every round unless he stops, drop, and roll.
Sing's not moving, though.
No,
You don't have to run after him anymore.
Yeah, he stopped dead. He fell down, face down, because you shot him in the back.
You can be chanting face down.
Yeah, but you stop seeing anything as the fire sort of blocks your vision. Like,
How close is he to me? Can I roll on him while I'm on fire?
You have no idea.
Catch him on fire.
your
and
entire world is
as
now
I-
ow fire. That is all. That is your perception. So Anne, you should probably roll next. It's athletics to get a bucket of sand on him.
Okay, I'll add 3 to that.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
And run around corner.
So 8.
All right,
Whoosh.
roll D6 for damage.
Roll high.
Yes.
Please be high.
6.
6.
It goes out.
Yay!
Thank God.
And gets a point of sanity back.
cool.
You
Nice.
vanquished a fire vampire. The rest of you don't because you're recuperating, right? Yeah.
I'm still
don't
rolling
roll
around
out.
in the dirt.
Am I rolling around still?
Give me an athletics check.
I'll spend 2. 3.
You are still on fire.
Don't worry, we'll come and douse you in a second.
You take another 4 points.
I am at 0.
All right, you're still conscious. It's a negative you can pass out.
I know. I'm just letting people
And
know.
you can rush over and help him kick the fire out by kicking dirt onto him, basically. So get a
Which
plus.
is kicking me.
Yes.
Yeah, +1 to your roll. So give me another roll.
Me?
Yeah.
This
Plus
is no
1 to
longer
my roll.
combat.
Yes.
This
Plus
is
whatever you
don't
spend on
die.
athletics.
I will spend the remaining 3.
Probably a good idea.
10.
All right, you're fine. As fine as you can be. At this point, the police show up. Well, you two have a round.
Sorcerer.
Yeah, you two rush over to the sorcerer.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Okay. We start dragging him down the alley out the back way.
Okay, people
we
are.
need the face.
All right, if you're trying to hide before the police show up, that's why you're all horribly burned.
I feel like it's going to be in the news that Singh, the tea shop owner, got killed
I can
last
take
night.
care of that.
I'm just worried about being in custody.
Yeah.
I know, so why are we dragging the body?
Because
We need
proof.
the body. Because he's been shouting, we need the body.
Yeah.
We need the face.
Fortunately, the fire caught on some other places. There are a couple of buildings on fire nearby, like
And
the
somebody's
building
already
exploded
used all the
out.
nearby sand.
Yeah,
Weird.
so there's a distraction. So I will allow you guys.
Fortunately, we're burning Nairobi.
Can we hijack a rickshaw standing nearby?
There are no rickshaws immediately standing nearby. However,
Don't those require someone to pull them?
yeah, that too.
Is there a
Oh,
way?
yeah, but it's still
You
be
also,
faster with a
first
body.
off, I will give me the group can make a stealth check to hide out and give themselves time to bind their wounds a little bit.
I will give 3.
I have 2.
I will give one.
Okay, we have 6 that we're giving.
You can roll, but you basically succeed. Like
Yeah.
I'll just give 1 then.
Yeah, but fine.
So yeah, 8.
All right, you find a shed nearby. You kick the door in, close it. You treat your wounds as best you can. You can spend first aid points to heal yourselves.
What about?
I
can spend first aid because what's the ratio again?
Let me double check.
1 to.
That's why I was going to print those
Yeah,
out.
I know.
Observe the screeching halt.
Yeah. Well, it's just something we haven't.
Internalized really well.
Well, we
Because
did.
we've been
but-
off for like a month and a half.
Well, even then we didn't have it very well internalized.
I had
And it's a little-
psychoanalysis remembered.
And it's a little confusing because they both sound
First aid.
similar.
Character first aid ability can improve your condition. For every first aid point spent, you regain 2 health.
Medic.
Yeah.
Spending all 4.
For every first, you regain 2 health points, unless you're healing yourself, in which case it's a 1-to-1.
Me.
So
So you only
So
have
spending
4
it on
that.
yourself is
I have
1
a
to
negative
1.
5.
Spending it on someone else is 2 to 1.
yes. So it's better to
I
heal
only
someone
get
else.
one?
than yourself.
Yeah, on your
But,
side.
okay, but we can do it
hold
to
on.
each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will spend your what? I'll
Negative
spend 4
5.
on you.
Okay.
You get 8.
Okay. I mean, I'm not saying we have to.
Somebody
I'm just-
gonna get me. I'm at
hurting.
0.
I'll give you. I can give you 3 for 6.
So actually, Bill, negative. What was the lowest you got to?
5.
Okay, you're hurt. Actually, you didn't have to make a consciousness check, so you get 1 more hit point back.
And do you need some?
All right.
Well, I'm at 2, and then I could also give you. I have 3, so you.
Yeah, actually, your wounds weren't that bad. It's not until you're at -6 that you're seriously wounded. Did anybody get to -6?
No.
Yeah, so actually the wounds, it hurts a lot, and you are burned, but it's not, it's like
Not
first
a,
degree.
yeah,
It's not
first degree. It's
yeah.
not disfiguring.
And do you need
You
some
you
too?
stop, drop, and
What are
roll
you at? I'm
really
at 2.
quickly.
Okay, so I can give
Sean, if you can make a better
3
use
more.
of 2 of those, I'm at 0 after 2.
How many more? 2 more.
I'm
No,
at
so
6
take
now
6.
off of what she gave me.
Okay,
Because I gave you
well,
3.
I'll take them to
Okay.
be at 3.
Yeah. So
Or I guess let me take 2 back, and you give 1 to Bill, because Bill's lower than I am.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. So take one of mine.
I'm okay with being
You'll
at
take
5.
You'll take 2.
Because then I'm at 6, and that's
I'm at
better than
6.
2.
Bill's at
At
5.
I'm at 8.
We're all
I'm
at
okay.
about the same place.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have that. You manage to recover. You realize your wounds are fortunately not as severe as you thought. Thank God. You can still go out in public. You know, no
Later.
Yes.
Not for a while.
No
eyebrows.
severe facial burns or anything. Your hair is singed everywhere. And you have Singh's body, and people aren't paying attention to you because there's a fire nearby. So, what is your next move?
Take it to Kenyatta.
Right now?
That would be another stealth
Why
check.
do we need to take the body to him? He said he
wanted
had
proof.
connections. No,
He
he
wanted
said he had
proof.
connections, and he would know if
He
the
did say
leader
he would
died.
know.
It's true.
He
also
didn't
said
say
he
bring
wanted
me the
proof.
body.
I have the ritual
Can
knife.
someone take a picture of it?
You have
I have photography.
You have several cult items that you took from a cellar. That would be enough.
Like
Hey,
his robe
you
and
like
his
to read?
knife.
Have I got a deal for you?
A cursory examination of the book. It is written in it is written in Hindustani, believe it or not. So you don't know what it says unless you can speak Hindustani.
I have assigned my language.
Can we do that one? It's my last language.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay.
What about Swahili?
Swahili might be more useful.
What
Yeah.
if we take the tome to the guy?
Kenyatta's not Indian.
He's African.
Yeah, but he may know somebody that could transport.
That's true. He does have connections.
Yeah, there's no exposure risk there.
Nope. Clearly
We're
not.
telling him that we killed someone. Evidently, we're trusting
Right,
him.
but there's a difference between, hey, we were your hit squad for you, and, hey, do you want to let one of your followers read the sanity-destroying tome?
We could wait till we figure out who our friendly connection is that Henri was talking about.
That might be a really great idea.
Yeah, so let's
Yeah,
just hold on to it.
stand
Don't
pat.
use your language yet.
Okay.
Last one.
So, yeah, corpse disposal.
You could leave it in the shed and just sneak out.
Can we throw it in the fire?
The fire's being fought by multiple people at this point. I don't
We'd
know.
have to start another fire.
You could set fire in the shed and leave the body in it.
I'm just worried
Do
about.
we really
you know,
need to
the
do
bullet
corpse
holes.
disposal? I mean,
Essential salts.
Yeah, Cthulhu Mythos, you do know there are ways for dead people to come back.
that's
alive.
true. Burn it all.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do
You're
that.
fighting a fire. Wow, no, that's horrible. That's a stability check waiting to happen.
What?
If we set the shed on fire to dispose of the corpse,
You'd be in danger and innocent lives.
What if we
he
just
said
blow it up?
casually.
Well, I mean, sure, yeah, you would. You didn't control the fire. You don't make stability checks for that for the fire vampire because you
Because
didn't.
we didn't start it.
Yeah.
Thanks,
We didn't
Billy
start.
Joel.
I saw that joke coming.
Okay, so there's no way that we can stealth our way into putting the body back in the building that's already on fire.
Put the body.
The one where
Well, in the fire
is
itself.
actively being fought.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm saying
You could,
maybe
well,
not
it's
all
on.
sides.
You're in the back of that building. The front of the building is the one that is the part that is on fire. You could break a window, throw the body in there, and run if you wanted to get it in there.
But that's no assurance that it's gone.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And it could actually put somebody in danger because if they see somebody, they might try to rescue a dead guy.
Yeah.
I mean, we could decapitate him and carry his head around until we can dispose of it, because, you know,
Sure, there's a sack. Sure, why not? There's a
Can we
sack
throw
in
it
the
in the
shed.
ocean? Is the ocean nearby?
Nothing about that is good because everything bad in Cthulhu is in the ocean.
You're also inland. You're in Nairobi.
Yeah.
You went.
You're right.
It was like an
forgot.
meanwhile,
18-hour train ride from the coast.
it is honestly much easier to sneak around with a head in a full corpse.
Why do we need the head?
Things I didn't think I'd be saying today.
Okay,
not
but
the
it's going to
weirdest
take
thing
us
I've
forever
said
to
today.
chop off a head.
I have a ritual knife. I'm sure it's good at head chopping.
And several of us have machetes.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Just saying.
It's going to be
Machetes
stability
enough.
checks to cut open a head like that.
I'm not doing
Not
it.
open, off.
Why
That's
can't we just
better.
set him on fire, but not in the building?
Well, you could set them in the shed that you're in. It's a shed. It's not a full building.
Like,
Okay,
is
it's
everything
not-
flammable?
What is the shed made of?
Wood.
Damn.
So it's not
What about if
connected
we
to
just left
another
him in the
building.
alleyway?
It's freestanding. Yeah. It's
can we,
Oh,
near.
okay,
Let's
fine.
leave it.
Wait.
It's very close to
Is
another
there
building.
shrubbery? Is there a shrubbery between?
In Kent.
Why don't we set the body on fire
Well,
and leave it
again,
in the
in
alley,
Upper Kenya,
not in a
like,
building?
there's vegetation. It's not. I will say it is a fire risk. It's not immediate. It is near enough a building that if the winds blow the right way, it could set another building on fire.
Worth the risk.
Either way, it's a stability check. I would rather make the stability check with just slicing
You
the
could
head off
try and
than
carry the
killing
body out.
innocents.
You could try and wrap it up. I'll say there's also like.
Could we just
a
carve the
tarp.
body up and like leave it for the hyenas?
This is a-
Wait, we could always do the weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
I'm in.
How is that going to help us?
It's our drunk friend.
We still have a body that's bleeding.
The stuff of.
Yeah, we
Stop
stopped the
him.
wounds.
Oh, okay.
Why do we want his body?
I don't
So
want the
nobody
body.
else has it.
No,
That's
this
not
makes
sufficient at all.
sense. Trust me, this makes sense.
Okay, I spent a little time explaining Cthulhu Mythos
I feel like
to
you
you.
guys are losing stability in real life at a certain point. Anyway. That's fine. Yeah.
Also, if True Grit taught us nothing else, there's a lot of value in a body.
Especially when there's a lot of shamanistic rituals in the region.
Fine,
We can
let's
sell 'em
just
for
take
parts.
The head. We're going to take the head.
Okay. Who's going to cut the head off?
I'm not. I'm not going to be any part
That
of
is a
that.
stability check.
I have 8 stability. I can do it.
Yeah, go for it.
I've got 10. I can do it.
Yeah, but you were opposed to it.
I have a machete.
Just
We
give
all
me
have
the
machetes.
machete.
Okay, here, take my machete.
I'll
and
do the stability
deed.
check.
I'll hold the hair.
I got a 3.
All right, that's 2 stability. You cut
That's
a human's
fine.
head off. That's really
He's a bad dude,
not what you
anyway.
thought you
Was
were
he
gonna
really
do.
human?
Yes.
He
Cultists
smells
are
like
still
a human. He feels like a human.
He bleeds
He
like a
Quacks
human.
like a human.
Yeah. He screamed like a human. He died like a human. Shot in the back. Anyway.
Now we could strip the body so it's less
Very poetic.
recognizable, so the secular authorities
Can we just
come
walk
after
away
us.
right now?
We
We're
could just cut
walking
it into
away.
pieces and like throw it around. The
No.
hyenas could take it.
No.
There's going to be hyenas
Jack
in
the
the
Ripper in
city.
Nairobi.
I know. They're already going to be really suspicious because there's a body with 2 bullet holes and no head.
Wait, can we
Like, this
throw
is
the
the
headless
problem.
corpse somewhere where a wild animal is likely to
You're
find
in the
it?
middle of
No.
Nairobi.
No.
Where a wild animal
That does
is
not
likely-
mean a dang thing in the 1920s. There are lions and hyenas that would come into town on a regular basis.
Not when there is a
Well,
raging fire
do you
nearby.
have outdoorsmen? Do you want to try and figure that out?
Let's just
I
leave the
have
body.
outdoors.
We are leaving the body.
No, do it.
We already cut the
Do it.
head off.
You're
Do
right.
it. Throw it for the height. No.
Thing is, this is a nicer part of town. You'd have to carry it some distance.
And now we can't do Weekend at Bernie's because he has no head.
Exactly.
We could just put a really big hat on.
No.
Yeah, I mean, we're in a shed. There might be a board or something. We could tie it together.
All right, so you're
He's
taking
gonna
the
move
clothes
stiffly
or
anyway.
all the identifying things off of them.
Yeah.
And taking the head,
Uh-huh.
so
Yep.
no one can identify it.
Was there any money on the body?
50 rupees, and yeah, and
That
some-
means nothing.
That's not a credit rating.
No.
and a couple pounds. Yeah, so
Do we cover anything for killing a murder of children, though?
Yeah, do I
Yeah,
get
we
anything for
solved the problem.
smashing the statue?
oh yeah, you got one for
Freeing
this,
the children?
the statue.
A sanity?
Yeah,
That's
one
neat.
sanity. And
Thing really burned.
only Bill, because he's the only one who
You
saw
smashed
it. Yeah.
the statue.
And he's
I
the only
did
one
it
who
anyway.
knew, like, felt the children creeping up on him, so, or their spirits. You, if you went down there, you would have known, but like you stayed up
It's
there.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Compartmentalization is good.
you can burn the book too. That would probably I'll give you a point of sanity for that. The one that you don't know anything about. It's written in a foreign language.
Let's hold on to it.
Yeah.
And then burn.
We're already having weird
Yeah.
dreams.
Ross is smiling. Ross smiling.
It's a book in Cthulhu. Of
It's
course, it's gonna.
fine.
Yeah. Anyway, so
All right.
yeah,
You run
Give me
away
one
with
more
the
stealth
head.
check
Okay.
to sneak out of the shed,
we
covered in numerous wounds
Is
and
this a
blood
group?
stains.
I'll add one.
This is a group.
All right, I'll add one too.
I'll throw my last one.
all right. That's 3.
Good enough. Bill, are
Yeah.
you rolling?
Yeah. 9.
All right, you
You're
are.
stealthy.
The opening bars of Minnie the Moocher play
Yeah.
as we sneak from streetlight to streetlight.
Head and bag.
Yes,
All right. So are you going straight to Johnstone,
a
Kenyatta?
different hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's go see your friend.
Okay.
You don't want to carry the head around longer than necessary.
So we couldn't come up with a platter, but
Yeah, you get to the the KCA building, Kikiu Central Association, and he's waiting for you. Apparently, he's gotten
heard
word.
the news.
Yeah, because some
so you
people.
heard it through the grapevine, eh?
There were. He saw a few people who saw the fire spirit, and saw you dispatch it. And when you show him in the sack with the dripping blood, it's like, all right. And and I assume you show him the other occult things too, the robes.
Yeah.
Knife, book.
These are wicked things, but
Do you have any means handy to like destroy some of them?
that is old Bandari's.
Okay.
Can you set up a
Take it
meeting
in.
with Bondari now?
Now that I have seen these things, I will set the wheels in motion. Go to your rooms and rest, and then come back here tomorrow. And man will take you there. You should clean up. You should not go. He would not visit you when you are covered in
Disheveled.
blood.
Fresh from a murder?
Yes.
Weird. I wouldn't visit me right now.
Yeah. Thank you. You have, but you should be careful. He was the leader of them in this town, but he would not be the only one.
Mm-hmm.
The survivor. I will.
Now let's go to the homie.
Yeah. The Hampton
yeah.
house.
House,
All right.
yeah.
All right. So you check in there.
Well,
Yeah.
can he let us clean up there first?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're not
Yeah.
walking around
He
just
is-
letting rag.
He takes
We
the
leave
head.
the dog,
He
yeah.
hands it to someone else.
You have to hand
Here,
that in
Jeeves.
for the quest reward.
Yeah. Ding. So he is quite thankful. So
I have removed his head.
Yeah.
I would entertain an offer for the rest of him.
so this, guess what leads the news tomorrow? I stay up all night. Fire and a murder. Headless corpse found. People are quite confused by it. So,
Reads the headline.
yeah. Let's see here.
Would this be a good place to stop?
Yeah, probably would be. We've been playing for a while, so we'll stop here.
Only 4 hours.
Yeah, Old Bandari we'll start off with the meeting with Old Bandari.
Question on the way out from Kenyatta, I tell him about the Crown Prince possibly come to visit. do with that what you will.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I guess anti-imperialism. Yeah, no, stir the pot some more.
Please tell me that's one of your pillars of sanity.
Patriotism, close enough.
Yeah.
So, question, comments, suggestions. You guys like this session?
That
I
was
like that
really
one.
great.
It was fun.
I especially like how we managed to pull off one scene,
Yeah.
at least.
Flawlessly.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty
We
well.
only had
yeah. The
one
warehouse went
conflict.
pretty well. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were.
One conflict.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there were African masks there. That would have gone very differently otherwise.
And I mean,
Masks
as
and a
per
mask
usual,
game.
that one had a lot more to do with the fact that, like, we weren't going to do the supernatural part by half measures.
Yeah.
Like, if I had left the screaming in my brain child corpses down there, I'm sure we could have, not had to dust up with the sentient ball of fire.
Yeah.
But we
The
still needed to
choices
kill
were
Sing
made.
anyway, so we probably would have had to
Two
do it.
birds, one stone.
Oh yeah, Sing was
However,
totally going to try and kill you guys with those fire vampires. He was totally just going to throw those at you, and whenever he figured out where you were staying, just burn you again and again and again until you died. So that was his plan. So yeah, good job on that.
It's a good plan.
Yeah, I know. If all you have is fire vampires, everything looks like
Flammable?
Yeah,
Wait, if all you have is fire vampires, everything is flammable.
pretty much. So we'll pick up with Old Mandari as you continue on your way to the Mountain of the Black Wind to try and figure out what happened to the Carlyle Expedition, figure out where the ritual is, and as the Master Nyarlathotep goes on. So we'll see you guys next time.